Bulldog Unchained presents the one-on-one sessions.
They will go one-on-one with the Great One.
Everybody, it is Thursday, March 28, 2019. This is the Bulldog Unchained podcast, the one-on-one sessions. I am your host, the King of Villains, Bulldog Malenko. Joining me in the studio today, one of my favorite guitarists of all time. He's one of my former guitarists from the band Paradigum, Mr. Justin Butta Burden. What's going on, brother?
It's going, man. How you been?
I'm always good.
Oh. What's really good?
What's really good? Oh my God, dude, I feel like this has been a long time coming. Like,
that's what I was wondering coming into this, man. I was like, are we just gonna hash it all out on a show and make everything all good? And
like, no, did I tell you that McG and I,
yeah,
our old drummer McGuire from Paradigm,
we're gonna run a trial run with Justin because it's not that bad.
No, it's like he and I had a really good conversation, and I think it's going to be really good to have him on here because it's funny. No matter what, like, even though, so to explain, you and I and McG and Jeff Pleiss and Steve Aliata, we were in a band together in 2009, 2010 called Paradigum.
Long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. And McG and I, personally, we get along. Professionally, we can barely be in the same fucking room. It is the weirdest guy. I love the fucking guy to death, man. I really do. But if he is behind a drum set and I'm behind a microphone, we just want to kill each other. It is fucking there. But there's magic. There was definitely magic in that band. And you know, a couple other musicians that I've talked to about it, they're like, look, I know you and I know McG real fucking well, and you both are the same goddamn person. You want perfection. You're just both going different ways to get it. And
well, that was the thing too, man. Like, we always felt like you were kind of learning our ways because we already had this thing established when you came in.
Exactly.
We already had a thing that was working and going. So when you came in, you were like, to your credit, you were very motivated and ready to go. But we were like, wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. We're here. We've already done all this stuff.
Right. And like one of the other things is I see a lot of singers who join bands that are established, and one thing that they don't have that I did in terms of something that set me apart was being a professional wrestler at one point. And I did that for 5 years. So the showmanship is very big in my brain. Like, again, like, you know, I've been to over 600 concerts in my life. And man, you know how many boring concerts I've been to where motherfuckers just stand on the stage and they play perfectly and there's no goddamn showmanship. Yeah. And that's what I was all about. I was like, dude, let's fucking, you guys are amazing. Yeah, the whole goddamn band is amazing. Let's give these people something to watch. Like,
I think we did all right, man.
Well, yeah, and I look, the videos are on YouTube.
Yeah,
I watch them, and all of us are entertaining as fuck, man. We're all retarded. And
I remember all the stupid shit we would do, like just dumb shit, like those barricades.
You and Jeff would trip,
yeah.
Dude. When you walked that barricade, when you told me before we got on stage,
yeah, I was like, I'm going out there.
I'm walking that barricade, and I was like, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Your fat ass ain't going out on that barrier. Yes, I am. Watch me.
I still remember you looked at me right before you were getting ready to do it, and you just grinned real big, and you were like, I'm going to bust my ass. And you just stepped out onto that barricade. And the coolest thing was the whole crowd is holding your legs to keep you from falling. As you're, like, walking the barricade, everybody's, like, keeping you upright.
We don't want this jackass to fall on us.
That's what
He's
it was.
He's a big fucking dude.
It was self-preservation.
At its finest. He's gonna kill us.
All right, so we'll circle back to the Paradigum days.
Oh yeah.
But I want to get down, like I want my audience to get to know you.
Okay.
So, born and raised here in Evansville?
Yep. Deaconess Hospital in 1982.
Youngin'.
Yeah, if you want to say that. I'm pushing that 40 mark. You just got
I
there, but
just
I'm
hit
pushing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to win that race, my friend. It sucks.
But yeah, man, born and raised in Evansville. I've been here most of my life. I've went a few other places in my time, but nothing really to talk about or any interesting stories as far as that goes. But
Yeah.
I always come back.
Dude, you know, I moved away for a couple of years, and home is home. People ask me all the time, how could you leave Vegas to come back here? And I'm like, dude, it's the same assholes everywhere you go.
Like, people would always say that, like, about, and I'll use Nashville as an example because, you know, I stayed there a lot and I worked there. Well, why didn't you just move there and stay there? Because it's the same bullshit. It's just on a bigger scale.
Right.
It's, you know, you still have, you know, for me, music's always been that thing. I always go out and find the bands and whatever. Guess what? You still have shit bands even in Nashville, and you still have shit attitude still in Nashville.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, this is home.
So how old were you when you first realized, like, before you even got your first instrument, but you first realized you wanted to be in music? You wanted to do something musically?
I think very early on. My family always had music around, you know, different times. You know, it's the cell phone age and stuff now. But,
Right.
But like, man, my dad always had a big stereo, and he would always listen to stuff like Charlie Pride to Led Zeppelin to, God, it was all over the place. So, music, my grandfather, country music, man.
I was going to say, you said Charlie
Yeah,
Pride, man.
yeah.
That's like that, a lot of people wouldn't think, but that resonates with me. No pun intended, but yeah, the resonator, dude. I love that shit. That's why I love Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band and all
And
that.
that's my dad's, like, Charlie. That's his man. You know what I
Charlie
mean?
Pride was a bad dude.
Yeah, but always, man, always remember music being around. Always, at all times. You'd get in the car and there's music. You'd be working like my grandfather. You'd be working in the garage doing something. Music, stereo in the garage. We're rocking. You know, so yeah. I always wanted, and then, you know, I got to that point where you get to school and, well, we're going to play the recorder, and,
Yep.
and you go through all that crap, and
You're in there trying to play fucking Iron Man on a recorder.
yeah, I'm trying to sort it out.
I did the same shit. I always got in trouble. We're supposed to be playing like Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm trying to do Inagata Davida and all this bullshit.
We had the Hot Cross Buns, man. I still can play that on. You give me a recorder right now and I'll play it, because they beat that into our little heads.
Oh, I'll never forget. I got in so much trouble because I taught myself to play Hair of the Dog by Nazareth. And when the teacher realized what I was playing, she was like, "What are you playing?" And I was like, "Hair of the Dog by Nazareth." She was like, "Principal's office." Now. None of the other kids knew what was going on. They didn't know what I was playing, but she caught it. And because I was playing do 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 do, apparently playing the notes to Son of a Bitch on a recorder is grounds for getting your ass paddled by the principal.
See, they had paddlings back then.
Yep.
They don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, I know, right?
I remember kids getting their ass whooped all the time.
Yes, definitely afraid. I was just like, I lived in constant fear. Like, oh, I'm going to get paddled at school and I'm going to get my ass whipped at home.
They would take the kids out and they would leave the door open so you could watch. Like, it was intimidation at its finest.
Oh, shit, dude. So all of your friends could sit there and laugh at you while you're getting your ass whooped.
Miss Myers is whooping his ass. He shouldn't have touched that piano.
That'll teach you to play Hair of the Dog. Fuck. So how old were you when you got your first guitar? Is that what you started with, too?
No. I mean, like I said, I started with a recorder, and then I played clarinet.
Really? Mm-hmm. You were an actual band geek.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I am that guy.
Right on.
I can tell you how both treble clef, bass clef. I can explain it to you and tell you how it works. But I started with clarinet. I played that for 2 years. And then they transitioned me I played trumpet for a little bit after that. And then they moved me into baritone, which I don't know if you know what a baritone is.
I do, yeah, the big, yeah.
And I played that all the way up until 8th grade.
It's almost like a bassoon.
Yes.
It's huge. It looks like a fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah, yeah. It's a smaller version of a tuba, basically, for people that don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then once I got to 8th grade, I started doing bass drum and snare so I could do marching band, because I didn't fucking play baritone in marching band.
Right.
That's lame.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm the band.
So guitar wise, you started with bass.
No, I started with regular 6-string guitar.
So you already had the guitar, and then.
Oh yeah.
You're saying you played bass like percussion.
Yeah.
I got
big
you.
bass drum. I was a big guy. He can carry that thing around. Yeah.
I got you.
Now, guitar wise, my mother had a guitar, and I still have it. It's in my house.
Acoustic.
Yep. It's the old Yamaha Student Acoustic. I still have it. I'll probably never get rid of it because it's what I started on.
Yeah.
And my mom had it under the bed the whole time. I think it's from the 70s somewhere.
That's awesome.
And I would always pull it out and fuck with it and mess with it. And my mom used to bartend at what was that place called? It's like Rick's over there off Green River, but I think Jim Dandy's, was that it?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, older bar.
Yeah. We lived over there.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up. And she took it in one night and had one of the guys playing in whatever band string it up and brought it home. And she said, have at it. And I've been at it ever since. I was probably 10, 11 years old.
This was an electric?
No, it was acoustic.
Oh, was it that guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When did you get your first electric?
Oh, God, shortly after that.
That transition hits quick.
Oh, yeah, it happened real quick. I think it was probably for Christmas that year. And they got me a Harmony, an electric guitar that you buy out of the old catalogs or whatever.
Like the Sears catalog.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And and then I was again off to the races again. Here we go. And then I had the little 5-watt amp.
Yep.
And I rocked on that for probably 6 months. And then I found this place called More Music. And because I would go in there to buy strings or whatever, because I was still I'd break strings all the time, so I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
I just,
My first guitar, I was literally in there once a week having him restring the whole goddamn thing because I had shredded at least 3 of them.
Oh, yeah. But,
I beat the shit out of that guitar.
I'll pull a picture of it and show it to you. That student guitar that I started on, it started out pristine and nice. You should see it now.
I wish I still had my first guitar. It was a Samick Destroyer.
Nice.
It's the BC Rich Warlock body.
Yep.
But this thing, I swear to you, bud, it weighed 15 fucking pounds, man. It was a neck breaker. And it just, God, man. I could have killed somebody with it. Like, you hit somebody with a lot of these guitars, that guitar is just the neck's gonna break. Nope, not this.
No.
You know what I'm talking about, too.
Oh,
It's big, heavy. Like, I hear people talking about Les Pauls.
Yep.
How they're heavy. And I put a Les Paul on my neck, and I'm like, this feels fine. You should have played the first guitar I played. Like, that motherfucker would have had you slumped over like Mick Mars. No offense, Mick. I love you, dude. But I think that's what happened to Mick Mars. Mick Mars just played too heavy guitars, and it fucked us.
Well, no, because he's always played Strat. Here we go. We're going to get on the Strat thing.
It's coming.
Here we go. Strats. I've been preaching them for years. Strats.
And I finally fell victim.
You got on board.
I did. So, your first guitar, though, you got a Harmony guitar.
Harmony guitar.
And then, what was the transition there?
What was the next? You know where I'm going with this. It was a Squire Strat.
Nice.
That was the very next guitar.
Okay, so that's another thing we were going to bring up here. You are partial to Squire over Fender, right?
No, not really.
No, you like both?
I like both.
Okay.
Like, the newer Squire stuff is killer. It's awesome. Like, I don't know what they're doing different, but like, there's some of the newer Squire stuff that plays better than the Fender stuff.
Are the Squires made in Korea? Where are they made?
Oh God, I'm not sure anymore. Probably, maybe Indonesia or somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure anymore. But you'll grab one of those, man, and the necks just feel wonderful.
I was just playing a Fender Player Series Strat.
Yep.
One of the new ones. It's like $600.
Yep.
Man, I'm telling you, I love my Jimmy Strat. I love that. I think it's the Palfaro fretboard. I like it. But every time I pick up one of these new ones that has that maple neck, dude, that thing is smooth as hell. I got to get a guitar with a maple neck.
We're going to get you a Telly in your hand soon.
Oh, no. I've already found the Telecaster I want. I know the one. I want that Richie Kotzen Telly.
I've got in my latest Strat. I have that pickup setup in it.
Oh my god,
it is awesome. I
That
was
rail,
never,
yeah.
I was never a DiMarzio guy, and oh god. I haven't put that guitar down since, and I've got, you know me, I got tons and tons of guitars. They're
how many guitars do you have now?
we counted the other. I think I'm at 13 right now. Yeah, and that's guessing because I think a few are borrowed out and loaned out, but yeah, 13.
They're not even at the house.
Well, like my buddy Dan, I know has my telly.
See, and that's like a lot of people don't realize, you know, Telecasters and Stratocasters do have two very distinct
two
sounds.
totally different things. Yeah,
Like Prince was a huge telly. Man, that butterscotch blonde telly that had his leopard pick guard on it. That's and the thing, talking about Prince. How did he get those sounds out of that goddamn guitar, man?
Prince.
Yeah. Slash, Eddie Van Halen, all these dudes have tried for years to mimic, like especially the end of Let's Go Crazy.
Yep.
I've talked about this before. The end of Let's Go Crazy, that solo, Eddie Van Halen, I think it was Van Halen, he said, I tried to do that shit for 3 months and finally got so pissed off that I couldn't even listen to the song anymore because he was like, I don't know how he made that guitar scream like that.
What's like when
And it's a Telecaster.
It's like when you were jamming when I came in. It's and we were talking about Jimmy. What Jimmy did as far as chord structure and stuff is not complicated. It's how he would trill or
his intricacies.
His hands, man. And you can't buy that stuff. You can't teach it. It's different for every player.
Well, he also played really fucked up because he taught himself wrong on a right-handed guitar that he just flipped upside down and was like, there's a wonderful 3-part documentary on Jimi Hendrix on Amazon Prime. And one of the guys from the Yardbirds, shit, I cannot think of which one it was, but they were talking about Jimmy's in the studio with him over in London, and all of a sudden he hears this sound that he's just like, what is that? He goes in and it's Jimmy, and Jimmy's playing his guitar, this dude that comes in to see, and he goes, how the hell are you doing that? And Jimmy just smiles at him and goes, these guitars are just groovy things, man, look. And he flips it upside down and starts playing right-handed. Jimi Hendrix, who is left-handed, starts playing right-handed, playing it upside down. He goes, look. He goes, you flip it upside down, and all of the notes are still just the same, blah, blah, blah. And then winks at him and hands him his guitar back. He said he almost didn't want to play ever again because he just watched a man flip his guitar upside down and play it exactly the same as he did the opposite way. There's not many people that have ever existed that can do that.
Well, I mean, again, Prince was one of those people, man. He was special. He was just a special, talented dude, man. And that's period. He could play everything. Guy's fucking fantastic singer.
Mike Patton.
Patton's
the same way. Patton and Prince, they could pick up an instrument they've never seen, never been exposed to. Let them mess with it for 2 minutes, and they'll figure out how to play it, and it'll sound great.
Yep.
How does that happen?
People just got it, man. Shit that I
What line was I standing in when they were handing out that talent?
Oh fuck, I don't know. Because I would ask.
It
the
wasn't
same
the
thing.
big dick line. I'll tell you that.
It wasn't the large penis,
Right.
line. I got fucked somewhere. I just don't know where.
No shit. I wasn't standing in the looks line. I wasn't in the big penis line.
I wasn't in the guitar line.
Right. I've got I'm semi-intelligent. I could. I wipe my own ass properly. I mean, yeah, I got that going for me.
I took a shower today. I went to work. I got that down for me.
Right. Oh my God. So okay, you get this Squire Strat.
Squire Strat.
What'd you do for an amp?
Then I got a PV Classic Chorus.
Oh, really?
Yep. That was the second amp. And I played that setup until I was 15, 16-ish.
Did that have a drive channel on it?
Yes. It had a chorus channel and a drive channel. Solid state, 2 8-inch speakers.
All right.
Cool little amp. I mean, it was the old style PV with it looked like bed liner for the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I sure do.
I played that up until I was 15 or so. I played that at the first gig I ever did, as a matter of fact.
What was your first band that you were in?
First band I was ever in, Mechanical Decline was the first band I was ever in.
Well, that's a great name.
Yep.
Wow.
Mechanical Decline.
Good name.
And we spelled it all wrong because that was the days
Oh,
of,
yeah. That's, of course.
it was spelled with K's and Y's.
Yeah.
Because, Korn and Limp Bizkit, and it was around that time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first. I mean, I had other bands, but as far as playing out and what I would actually consider a band that's done, that was it. Again, high school, 15. I think we started that when we were 15.
And was this a cover band or
No,
original?
original band. I've always led more toward I've always kind of written stuff, and I've always leaned in that direction. I've played in cover bands, and I'm not, but I'm doing it currently. But I write. I've been doing that. I write.
Yeah, I'm in that boat too. Like I write songs. I've got tons of lyrics. You know this. I've got lyrics that it's like the Chris Stapleton thing.
Yep.
He was on Howard Stern, and Howard asked him, "How many songs do you think that you've written?" And he goes, "Brother, I've got notebooks filled in my desk drawers at home." And he goes, "Well, just give me a number if you had to estimate." And he goes, "Over 10,000." And Howard, like, even when I heard it, I was like, "What? Chris Stapleton has written over 10,000 songs?" And all 10,000 of them would be fucking hits.
Oh, yeah.
If he's singing them.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't have enough time left in his life to sing and record the songs he has written.
Prince did it. Prince did it.
Right.
They can release Prince music for probably the rest of you and our lives.
Yep.
And they'll never get through
That's very true. But that's because Prince didn't just write them and leave them in a book.
Yep.
He wrote them and recorded them and then
yeah.
locked them in a vault.
Yeah, he's got a big fucking vault
Yeah.
full of shit that none of us ever hear.
Yeah.
But
Because we're not ready for it.
we're not ready for it. We're not there yet.
Yeah. I mean,
But that's me. Like, if you go through my phone right now, I base everything more on a riff, because I like to get in a band situation and let everybody else's thoughts kind of build on it. I'm not the guy to come in and say, "I've written this 3 minute and 30 whatever song. Here it is. You play this, you play that." I want everybody to put their stamp on it.
right.
Here's what I'm thinking. What are you going to do with it?
Here's the riff for the verse, and
Yeah.
here's what I got for a chorus.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see where we go with
Or
this.
working with McGuire. McGuire's mind works so
Oh, God,
quick.
dude,
you could
he's so
throw him. I could
fucking
throw him
fast.
27 riffs, and he'd go that one, that one, that one, that one. Song. We're done. Let's go.
That's very true.
And that's why I think that's why me and him's always worked well together, because he can sort out my madness. I can
Yeah.
throw you riffs all day.
Yeah.
Can I arrange them? Sometimes. Sometimes. So I've done it before.
That is one thing that I've always given McGuire credit for, is his structuring. Even as chaotic as his playing seems sometimes,
No.
it is on purpose. It is intentional. It is structured. He's a mad scientist.
He just knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
man. Like, he's a songwriter. He knows how to take all the madness and put it together and make it.
That's another dude that's like Leo. He could be a Leo Moricelli.
Oh, he can do all that.
Yeah, he can play drums, bass, guitar, and sing.
And
He
well.
can-
And well.
yeah.
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 We're like,
Not just adequately.
not
but
just getting
whoa.
by. He does it well.
Yeah.
We're gonna make his head like
I
fucking
know.
huge as
Yeah.
fuck.
He's gonna come in here and be like, "Hey, heard you talk about me.
Heard you guys were sucking my balls.
That fucking guy." Yeah, it's with the McG thing. I was like, you know what? That's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's bury the hatchet. I'm doing a whole different thing now. I've always liked the guy, and it's so funny because I thought that he hated me.
Well, yeah, I think you thought that about me for a long time too. I think after that whole band fell apart
Yeah.
or whatever, you were like, "Man, fuck those
I
guys."
was very
Yeah.
much on the fuck those guys.
You had some butt hurt going on.
I did. I absolutely did. I felt betrayed for the way everything went down. I was like, how am I the only motherfucker that didn't know that this shit was going like this? Yeah. And then as time went by, I was like, man, I really, you know what? It falls on me. Like, I would show up half-ass practice, or sometimes just wouldn't fucking be there to practice.
Yeah,
And,
not show up.
yeah, man. And I was like, I wasn't as committed as I thought I was at that time.
You see it through different eyes. And
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
Well,
Older and wiser. If I could
yeah.
go back to do that now, if I could have 10 years back on my life and go into Paradigum knowing what I know now, we'd be gone in 6 months. 6 fucking months. Because I would have ridden all your motherfucking asses. I'd have been like, we need to get down to Nashville. We need to fucking record now. I don't want excuses. I don't want to play another fucking show until we have shit digitally ready to go.
And see, that's where we were at that point, and then everything fell apart.
Yeah.
And then that other opportunity dropped in our lap, and of course we took it because guys weren't showing up and guys weren't prepared. And I'm not trying to blame anybody in general. It was all of us. Paradigm was at that point.
I came in at the tail end of a
Paradigm at that point had been a band for 11 years.
Yeah, and the ship was going down, and I was super excited to be on the ship, not realizing
you're
that
like,
it's
this
going
fucker's
down.
sinking. We're gonna fuck it, burn it down.
Yeah.
And at the same time, too, I've always said this too. I don't think we ran with that name, but that wasn't Paradigm. We should have called that something else. It was a different vibe.
It
was
really
a very
was
different vibe.
From the first show.
Yep.
When I told McG, when McG said we got the first gig booked with you, we're going to be at the Duck Inn, and I immediately said, that's not big enough. And all of you laughed, and you were like, man, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but original music just doesn't draw a crowd like that. I was like, you don't understand what's about to happen here.
We always drew well. Like the Duck was our home. They put way more people in that place when we played than should have been in there.
But I knew.
Yeah.
Like I knew with me being in this band, I was like, no, you don't understand what's going to happen. I was like, before any band takes the stage, I remember telling McG this, before any band takes the stage, it's going to be asshole to elbow, and you're not going to be able to walk through, and there's going to be people standing outside pissed off. And McG was like, man, that's not how it is here, blah, blah. And we get there, and we can't move through the goddamn building, and we're there an hour and a half early, and the place is packed. And I looked at McG, and I was like, oh, yeah, nobody's going to show up for this. And he goes, all right, you were right. And we only did one other show there other than that.
Did we?
Yeah, we only did 2 shows at the Duck. The rest of them had to be we broke O'Brien's record.
We did, yes. We
kicked what they do on St. Patrick's Day. We kicked the shit out of that, dude. I told everybody for that too. Like I was like, you do realize O'Brien's about to fucking get shut down by the fire marshal, right?
Yeah, that was. I think that record's still intact. I think that's one that's still there.
It has to be.
Yeah,
dude. People couldn't get down the ramp where you walk, or get up the ramp where you walk in. They were stuck there.
Well, we won on that one because we did. What gig did we do right before that? Where we played open for a national. That's part of the reason we won.
We opened for Puddle of Mud.
And then we played like that the next weekend. So we're playing down the road next weekend. So we got all those assholes from that gig too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I still love that my third show with you guys was opening for Skindred.
Oh,
and Benji just walks up to me when we get done, and he was like, mate, you're fucking brilliant, blah, blah. And he goes, but what's this shit about everybody's here to see Paradigm? And I was like, they weren't supposed to say that.
He was the funniest dude ever.
He was, man.
Because me and Jeff got there real early that day, and we're sitting over there in the corner, and I'm not paying attention. I'm drinking a beer. I'm hanging the fuck out. All of a sudden we hear, are you boys fucking weird? And I look over, and he's right here. And I look at Jeff, and I go,
that's Benji.
Is that? And Jeff goes, he just nods his head. And I look at him, I go, what do you mean weird? Because I've taken his accent at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, are you in a fucking band? Are you fucking weird? And we're like, oh, yeah, we're fucking weird. Yeah. And we were instant friends, and we were great. And he was cool dude. Super cool dude. That was a good experience, man. Good band.
Oh, yeah.
Good dude.
Like that gave me, because those first 2 shows, they were good, but that gave me the confidence, like doing that national headliner show, and then Benji coming up to me afterwards.
I still remember you going, who are you here to see? And Paradigm. You're like, no.
Well, yeah, because after every 2 songs, I'm hyping up all the other bands, because we're the opener, dude.
Yeah,
we're the fucking bare bones opener.
We came on first,
and then right before the last song, I hype up the other bands, and then as I'm I say, who's everybody, or who did everybody come to see? And I'm expecting to hear Skindred, and goddamn 600 people are like, Paradigum, and I'm like, what? No, you assholes are going to get me fired. Like, you're supposed to say Skindred. Meanwhile, these assholes are leaning against the back wall, laughing hysterically. Yeah. And then Benji coming up to me, he goes, you're just a big fucking scary bitch on stage. He goes, just the way you stand there and look at everybody. And I was like, my 900-pound gorilla stance. And he slapped me in the chest. He goes, that's fucking it. You look like a big fucking albino gorilla. Oh my God. That night still, the only thing that trumps that for me, and I wish we would have had an actual cameraman set up at the sound booth for the night we opened for Saliva. That was the show of our together existence.
That was the gig, and I tell the story all the time. We came out, we had that intro. Remember the intro?
Bobby G, man, because I had just gotten in trouble before we went on stage.
Yeah. So, and I got two because I'm gonna go with mine, then I'm gonna go with that one. But I remember walking out. I came out from we came up the stage around the corner, and I walked right out, stepped across to that barricade, and I stuck my fist in the air. And everybody stuck their fist, and I was like, oh, this is what power's like. I have them. What do I do with them? I don't know what to do with them, but I have them. But and then going into your thing, I remember Zach going, man, there's kids here. You really got to watch what you do.
So hold on, let's give the filler here. So this goes back to the last national headliner we did, opening for Puddle of Mud, and when I'm on stage, I curse a lot. Like even just talking to the crowd. And apparently a number of people came up to Zach, the owner of Woody's, and complained to him. And so before we take the stage to open for Saliva, this is what, a month and a half, 2 months later?
Oh, yeah.
Zach comes up to me and he goes, hey man, I need you to watch your language. You know, it's an all ages show. But I was like, what? And he goes, we had people complain about you from the last show. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? And he was like, we just had complaints about your language. And I was like, you had complaints from people that came to see a band whose flagship song is She Fucking Hates Me. And he just looked at me and he goes, yeah, I know, man. Just I need you to tone it down a little bit. And I was like, well, it's going to be a pretty boring show then. And then Bobby G from 103 GBF comes up to me and he goes, hey man, let me do your guys' intro. And I was like, cool. Yeah, I looked at you guys. I was like, everybody all right with that? I thought he was going to do like a talking up the band. Oh no, it was Bulldog's intro. And he was not privy to the conversation that had just taken place with Zach. And Bobby G gets on stage. And I remember we're all standing off the side of the stage, right at the steps. And Bobby G tells the crowd, ladies and gentlemen, you are not ready for this next individual coming to the stage. He is loud. He is scary. He has metal shit in his face. And he says fuck a lot.
Yep.
And the whole crowd roared. And I remember looking at you guys and I was like, fuck Zach, it's on. And all of you were like, oh, good.
Oh, I was like, my inner punk rock self was going, yes, but I'm looking at everybody else and they're horrified. They're like, here we fucking go.
Yep. I remember Big G just going,
this is the last one we're ever doing.
This is the last time we're here. And Jeff was the same way. Jeff was like, well, it was a good run. We get up on stage, and before I said a thing, I grabbed my mic, because he used my mic too. Yep. This right here. Yep. This Shure SH55.
It's the same mic.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, man.
This is the one. And Bobby hands it to me, and he goes, rip them apart. And I look over, and Zach is by the door. And I looked at Zach, and I went, and I just cocked my eyebrow, and Zach just throws his hands in the air, like, do whatever you're going to do. And I immediately go with, how the fuck are you assholes doing tonight? 1,800 people in this parking lot just fucking roar. And that was it. I tell people, I'm like, I've had good shows. The Hellstorm show, it was good. We had other good shows. That was the show, and there is no fucking video in existence.
No video. We got pictures. I know there's pictures somewhere.
There's pictures.
But yeah, there's no video of it.
Yeah, that that show, that night, like you walking the barricade.
I walked and Aliata fucking threw baby powder on me. You remember that?
I remember.
He was like, quit showboating, and threw baby powder on me.
You also tripped me.
Yep.
You kicked my foot, like as I was, you kicked my foot. I almost ate shit. And I turned around, I was like, fuck you. And the crowd's dying, dude. Like they're eating up everything we do. And if you remember that night, 2 songs in, a certain other band that we were opening for was off the side of the
Pop
stage,
Evil.
losing their minds for us.
Yep.
And I happened to see them, and during the breakdown of that second song, I look over and I was like, oh my God. And I go over to you, I was like, Butta, them niggas, my people's over on the side of the stage marking out. And you were like, I know, I can't even look over there.
And they were still brand new at that time.
Yeah.
They had the what was that?
I won't be your hero. Yeah. And like they were just, when we got off stage, they were waiting
there,
for you.
yeah.
They were waiting for us. And they treated us like rock stars. They were like, oh my God, you guys are amazing. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
We're just a bunch
we're
of
opening for you.
we're just a bunch of jackasses
Shut
from
up.
Evansville.
This is uncomfortable. Why are you doing this? Oh,
God, man, lots of good memories with that stuff, man. So many.
Well, I mean, you know, I only had a handful of the national headliner shows. You guys have been doing that for years already. You opened
God.
for Chevelle, Red. Didn't you open for Breaking Benjamin?
No, we didn't get breaking. We oh God, so many, dude. I can't even remember all of them.
My second favorite night has to be us opening for Royal Bliss.
Oh yeah,
Those guys loved us.
those guys were great. I was still friends with Neil on Facebook.
I still have his phone number, man.
Yeah. He even did The Voice a few years back, and I'm sitting there watching The Voice, and I go,
Yep.
fucking Neil!
Yeah. I saw him too, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
But they loved us. They
Wanted us to leave and go on tour with them that night.
Yeah, they were like,
And we were like, we don't have an album recorded. They were like, so what?
what the fuck's wrong with you
Go,
guys?
come on.
And they were right up our alley. They were drinking Jägermeister, and they were my kind of people.
Yep.
We're drinking okay. I'm in.
Yeah, I remember, like, I was usually the first one to show up to a gig, and I get there first that night. They're already in Woody's, and I walk in, mohawks up, spikes in my face, and Neil and the guitarist are sitting there, and they're like, oh, you've got to be with a band. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm with Paradigm. I'm the singer. And they were like, you're the singer? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, they just looked at each other, and they were like, oh, this is going to be badass. It was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And I also remember, I got to bust Larry Deffendall's nuts right now a little bit. But do you remember? So again, that night we were first.
Yep.
Calling Corners was up after us.
Yes. Didn't Egypt Central play that gig too? Or was that a different
No,
one?
that was a different
That
one.
was a different one.
But yeah, Royal Bliss. Royal Bliss. Fucking, we had already become friends with them, and they loved us before we even played.
We were drinking with them long before we ever played.
Yeah, like 3 hours before the show. We're already getting hammered.
We're taking shots and we're having fun, yeah.
We get up, we have a great fucking set. Like, it was really fucking
It's
good.
because we were all hammered.
Yes, exactly. And nobody gave a shit. And we were having fun. And I remember they were going nuts for us. And when we got done, they were hanging out with us until it was time for them to get on stage. And they get on stage and they're like, right now, we want you guys to make some noise for Bulldog and his boys at Paradigum. The whole crowd blows up and he goes, also, we want to thank Calling Corners for coming out tonight. I was like, oh man, that's so bad. That's so bad. Like, he was just like, he said it like it was an afterthought. I was like, oh fuck. Now, a lot of people don't know about Donkey Punch.
Donkey Punch.
I found that video.
It's
on
it's
YouTube.
out there.
It's on YouTube,
It's out
man.
there.
I fucking laughed so hard. That's me.
It was you, Lindsey Williams.
Lindsey Williams.
Yeah.
Or not Greg. God, what was his name? Drummer for Two for Flinching.
Oh, Walt.
Yeah,
Walt,
Walt's playing Matt. He's playing MacGyver's drums. Matt Camp got up,
Yep.
played.
I remember Lindsey playing my Strat, and he
Yeah.
came over to me and he was like, I don't get it. It's only got one pickup and a volume knob, but that's the greatest playing Strat I've ever played. I was like, it's mine. You can't have it.
And Greg was up there playing bass.
Pierce.
Yes.
I love Greggy P. He's one of my favorite
I
dudes.
watched that video and I was like, look at how much fucking talent is on and around that stage right there. Because half those dudes were not even performing in a band that night. They were just there to support. And I was like, look at all this fucking talent.
Well, that's one of the great things about this town, man. All the musicians kind of stick together. I mean, yeah, you piss some of them off sometimes. I'm guilty of that. But
me and Larry almost came to blows at O'Brien's.
Me and Larry have had our moments. I love his new band, man. The stuff you're into, the Jimmy DeTalon and the Electric Revival.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Are they?
Yeah, check them out.
Dude, Jimmy's he's fucking great anyway.
They're awesome.
Fuck. God damn, we can go on a tangent about all that shit.
We can talk. We can sit here for 6 hours and go on this stuff.
Right.
You're right up my alley right now.
Oh, yeah. This is the wheelhouse.
We're going to talk music and bands.
Oh, of course. So, speaking of that, if you had to pinpoint, like, once you got that strat, once you're really starting to develop your style, everybody has that one. Like, yes, of course, you have multiple influences, but who is that one that really just cemented it for you?
You already know it. Deftones. Steph Carpenter.
Yeah.
Steph Carpenter.
I knew.
Yeah, you knew that answer. Again,
you will be happy to know, in my age, as I've aged.
You get it now, don't you?
I really do, man. I've come to appreciate a lot more of that catalog.
Yep. Yeah.
Because, it's the same with Rush. You remember, I hated Rush.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, man, I get it. God damn, there's so much work going on there, and it's so well done and put together.
But for me, that's the band that changed everything. Because I was a punk rocker. Yeah, I listened in the first band, Mechanical Decline. It was a Korn ripoff. We were up there, doing the little knee hops and the fucking our heads down at our ankles and shit.
Yeah.
But I was a punk rocker, man. Bad Religion, Rancid, all that stuff. I went to Warped Tour when I was 15. Deftones was the headliner. It was Round the Fur. That's when they released that. And they just came out with My Own Summer, man. And when they hit it, I was like, what's happening? What's happening? What is happening? I sat there for a long time just going, oh my God. Oh my God.
Which is kind of funny if you think about it. As much as I hated the Deftones, I used to make you do that riff for me all the fucking time in practice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, Butta, play Deftones.
Play Deftones. What do you want to hear? I know them all.
You know what I want to hear. You know I don't like anything but this. Actually, what the song that drew me in was the Diamond Eyes.
Oh, dude, that record.
That fucking just, when I heard that song, I was like, okay, it's time to invest more time into them and get in. Like, there's still some stuff that I don't care for, but that's with any band, really. You're going to have stuff that's like, that's a miss. Yeah. But now that I've gone back through, like, I went through the White Pony album.
White Pony's my least favorite, and everybody hates me if I hate White Pony.
Really?
If I'm going to put on a Deftones record, it will not be White Pony. I like cuts off White Pony. Like
right.
I love.
What's your pick for if you're grabbing a Deftones album?
Round the Fur.
Yeah.
Round the Fur, and then Diamond Eyes.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, that diamond.
But yeah,
Hearing that, I was like, how is he making that sound with that guitar? That's ridiculous.
It's an 8-string and it's tuned down to fucking F sharp.
That was on par. Like, hearing that sound come out of that guitar and
he took that from a Sugar, right? He took that whole idea from a Sugar.
Well, what it reminded me of was the first time I heard that from Creep, Radiohead.
Yep.
And I'm not even a Radiohead fan, but I can tell you that song, when it came out and I heard that, and I was like, what is that sound? How the fuck? And then years later, I found out how he did it, which is even more amazing when you find out what he did to make that sound. You know what he did, right?
It's a telly, basically just I don't know what he exactly used, but it's telly.
He hooked his pinky finger on the fucking cable.
Really?
And unplugged and plugged it in. Like,
okay.
And when I found that out, I was like, first of all, I was blown up. I was like, how the fuck do you figure that out? Like, That's not something you're going to learn from any guitar instructor ever.
Unplug the cable, use it as a weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, by the way, it does this really cool thing. Like, no, when I try to unplug and plug in my cable,
Makes a lot of
it goes.
racket.
It's fucking awful. Oh. So, okay, you got your first gig.
Yep.
Mechanical Decline.
Mechanical Decline.
Where did you play?
The first gig was in a basement similar to what we're sitting in right now.
Yeah, the dungeon.
Yes. The first official gig was at the Abyss here in town.
Fuck, dude, that's funny as hell. Over by U of E?
Yes,
the
in
original?
the basement.
Yep. My old, like, one of my project bands, Crimson Guard, right when I first moved home in 2005, that was our practice space.
Really?
No shit.
Yep.
I thought for sure you were either going to say the Abyss or like Sankofa House or something like that.
We got together right as Sankofa came down and shut down.
Yeah.
Sankofa was cool though, man. That was a cool place.
That was had a great vibe. It was like 1123.
But up a bunch of steps.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. You had to carry everything up there. Yeah, dude. Like, did you ever play a gig at 1123?
Numerous gigs, 1123.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad. So I've performed at 1123. I performed at 1123 with Endorphin and Psycho Stick.
Psycho Stick played there a lot.
Uh-huh.
He got a lot of like, oh god, I'm going stupid. Like a lot of those bands that got bigger later on, and I'm going completely dumb right now, but they played 1123 and they would come through here on tour like those heavy hardcore bands.
Well,
And
but they still came back even when they started to get bigger. Like they still came back to 11, and they got offered a few of the other venues around here at the time, and they were like, "No, we love this place," and so they came back to 1123.
And again, I'm going completely stupid, but when Slipknot played here back whatever year that was, one of those bands, like they had literally played 1123 like a month or two prior, and they're opening for Slipknot in Robert Stadium. You know what I mean? It was that kind of bullshit. It was like, wow, I just seen them, and I'm standing across for 5 feet from them.
I've tried to explain to people not from here what 1123 was. Like, it was like the shittiest fucking building, and there were 4 support beams in the middle of the floor, like kind of
Yeah,
those poles. Yeah, they had the poles. Remember? And then they had like a little makeshift bar over off to the side.
Yeah. I just remember the stage was tiny as hell.
Oh my god!
The first gig we played there, because I always
someone who was 6'5" could still see over the head of a regular sized person that was on stage.
The first gig we did
set up 3-4 inches off the floor.
Oh yeah, it was dumb. It was dumb. And then you have a 5-piece band with giant dudes. And the first gig we make this decision that this was when Paradigum, it was the 5-piece, it was the second version of Paradigum. And we played about...
Is that with Harrelson?
No, Harrelson was the third. You were the fourth version.
Okay.
So we played this battle of the bands, and we get up there and we decide, me and McGee decide, McGee's playing guitar at this point. We're going to switch...
Is this Brandon Osborne
on
drums?
Osborne playing drums, yeah.
Right. Who was the singer?
Brian Castellano was singing still.
Okay.
And we decide, me and McGuire are going to switch sides of the stage for the night. I've always played on that side of the stage. I always have. Always.
Left side?
Yeah. And I'm over there next to Jeff. Brandon counts off the song. First thing I do is get a fucking chest full of bass. He hits me in the chest with the headstock of his bass because the stage is so small.
Let me explain to my listeners. So Jeff Pleiss, our former bassist, he is one of the nicest, most calm, just peaceful, loving people you could ever meet. Like, he's just a genuinely good dude. But if you put a bass in his hands and you put him on stage and there are at least 15 people watching him, he turns into a kangaroo on meth and the bass becomes a weapon and you are a target. Dude, I got hit with that motherfucker I don't know how many times.
One motherfucking time. Because he hit me and he knocked my guitar out of tune and everything.
That's outstanding.
Oh God, I was fucking furious. And
but now you can think back on it.
oh,
it's one of your favorite memories.
It's a funny story now, and I remember after the gig, I looked at the guy. I was like, "You're back on his side of the stage now. This is never happening again, never." And it never did.
Right.
If you always noticed, I was over there by myself.
Well, I remember. You can see it in the videos from when we opened for Hailstorm. You go to my right side, but you made Jeff go over to the left side of the stage to get away from me.
It was an unspoken thing. I would look at him and be like, I'm coming over there, so you got to come over here.
Right.
Or luckily, like when we played the national gigs, I didn't have that problem because I could walk out and around. But yeah, it was always, man, I'm going over there. So, and I would step on Steve's pedals as I went over there.
Oh my, dude, I remember one of the fun things that I did to you. I think the Puddle of Mud show, I reached over and unplugged your guitar. That was fucking great. It made me so goddamn happy. And you just looked at me like, nigga, really? And Jeff looks at me like he saw me do it. And Jeff just starts shaking his head, trying not to laugh. Oh my God. It made me so happy. And McGee, of course, just going crazy on the drums, but he looks over because he's like looking at you like, why the fuck are you not playing?
Where'd you go? You're not in my monitor anymore. This asshole unplugged me.
Oh God, it was so fun. It was so worth it.
Oh man, and people don't get to see that side of being in bands either. Like
fucking with each other.
Oh yeah, if you don't fuck with it, it's not fun.
Well, I remember you used to purposely stand on my mic cable.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You would I would start to try to wander to the other side of the stage, and I'm like, yeah! Like I'm on a fucking dog on a leash, and I'm looking, and I'm like, why the fuck? And I'd see you, and you're standing on it, just smiling at me playing, and I'm like, get off my fucking cable!
And we were like that out in public too.
Oh yeah.
It carried on. Like I was thinking, because I was wondering where all this podcast stuff and conversation was going to go, and I was thinking about do all the shit. And
Halloween party.
The Halloween party. But like back in
fucking
the day,
Andy Mitchell. That's the second time I ever met him. The first time's when he auditioned to be the drummer after Brandon Osborne left. Yeah. And then a few days later, we're at McGee's house at that time for a Halloween party. That's the night Tucker showed up as me for Halloween.
Yes.
Remember, he shaved his face to look like me and everything. But Andy Mitchell gets so goddamn drunk that
he's pissing rolling down the hill.
He pissed on the hill in front of McGuire's house and fell and rolled down fucking hill with his dick out. I still give him shit about that. It's one of my favorite memories. That little dwarf. Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I kind of remember that. I was pretty drunk that night.
Well, remember, I was bartending.
I remember
I was the one doing all the mix.
Do you remember at the end of the night they had mixed this shit together? And
that was me.
Yeah.
In the fucking fishbowl.
And you're like, I ain't drinking that shit. I was like, give me that. I'll drink it.
I knew what was in it because I'm the one that made it, and I watched you drink it. And then Andy came in, and he drank some of it too, and I was like, y'all are gonna die. Like you're just gonna die.
We had no fear, man. I still kind of don't sometimes.
I remember McGee passed out in his closet.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus Christ. What a shit show. I hadn't even done a show with you guys yet, and
this was like your first time hanging out with us. Like I was thinking about stuff. Like again, we would act crazy, and like we had stopped slapping each other in the face at that point. Like we totally took the Charlie Murphy, Rick James thing serious. Like
right.
there would be so many times like I would meet Jeff out somewhere, and you would walk in the bar, and all of a sudden you would get slapped in the side of your face by somebody as hard, and it would be Jeff. And I would wear Jeff's handprint on the side of my face where he'd slap the fuck out of me. And then, you'd turn around later because once he hit you, it was on.
Oh, yeah.
You got to repay it.
There's going to be a receipt for that.
That's
sir.
right. You're getting a receipt.
Yeah, I'm going to tag you back. You best believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody thought we were nuts. But we were just having fun, man.
It was crazy. I also look at that time like, okay, so my ex-wife and I, we have become civil with each other now. Like, we're past all that BS. but I'm kind of thankful in a way that I was in a relationship and then got married during that time, because had I been single when the Paradigum thing happened, I probably would have been the next Eazy-E, just unknown. 'Cause this nigga would have died from AIDS. I would have fucked everything. Remember those two girls after either the Puddle of Mud or Saliva show? Those two, like, my wife standing here 5 feet away, which she was, I'll give her that. She was down for the cause, and she never wanted.
Oh, she supported. I remember her supporting.
Oh, well, not only that, but remember, one person goes, "That's his wife over there," and she shot him a death glare, like, you don't ever say that in front of fans. Like, she knew. Yeah. She knew that these women trying to get to me, that's the bread and butter right there. Yeah. He is unavailable, but always has to appear available. Like, he's available but unattainable.
Yeah.
And she was down for that cause. Yeah. She got it.
Yep.
But I'll never forget, my, at the time, wife is standing 5 feet away from me. And remember those two girls walk up for me to sign their tits. And then they're like, "Hey, do you want to come back to our hotel room with us?" And I was like, "I would love to." But I almost said, "But I'm married." But I was like, "I would love to, but I got to help my band get all the equipment up and loaded."
You lied right to their face, because
you
ain't never heard us load a damn thing.
I know. I never carried shit off. I'd grab my microphone, unplug it, and be like, "All right, I'm packed."
I remember you had that fucking black ass cage. You'd be like, "I got my gear." Motherfucker walks into the duck in with his black case. What about all these amps we got loaded in? I got my shit.
They ain't mine.
Fucking singers.
Yep. And I was glad to find out that I just fit the mold of every singer that's ever existed before me.
Every single one I've jammed with.
Yep.
I'll take that. That's a lie. I had one that did work, but almost all of them, 99% of them, I got my black case. Or Harrelson. Harrelson was the best. I got my plastic, like, CVS bag with the notebook in it.
Right.
And he carried it around. I think I found it years later. When my parents moved, I found it years later. I found his gear.
His gear.
It was in the merch tub, and it had like a notebook and some coldies in there. That's what that motherfucker carried around. Coldies.
Oh my God.
Not a microphone. Notice I didn't say microphone.
Oh no. Didn't he show up and be like, "Where's my mic?"
Yeah.
And like he expected a mic
Harrelson
to be
was great.
furnished.
Harrelson was great.
Look, dude, we don't got your SM57. That's a Clutch lyric right there. Harrelson lived it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love Arian.
Oh, that boy.
I miss his face not being around.
I know, right? I've seen him a couple times at Clutch shows. And shit.
Yeah. I missed the last Clutch show, and I was going to try to go. I couldn't get out of work.
The one in Nashville that we all went to?
No, the one you just went for.
Oh, in Indy.
Kirk,
yeah. You were supposed to go with us.
I seen Kirk the week before, and I was like, I'm going to try.
Dude.
That'd been a blast.
It was fucking awesome. You got to check out this band called the Inspector Clouseau.
You were telling me. I did. I looked him up. And where he was throwing the cymbals, I looked it up online.
It's hilarious.
You realize that's me and McGuire if we were a two-piece band, right?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, that's what would happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Me looking at him and grabbing his hi-hat and him shaking his head no. As I toss it out toward the crowd.
Dude, they stole the show. Like, Clutch is Clutch, man. Neil Fallon is always entertaining as fuck. But the Inspector Clouseau, oh my, I flat out said, I was like, this is the highest praise I can give any new band that I ever see. If you are within 3 hours driving distance of me and I see your shows popping up, I'm there. That's the highest praise I can give you. I'm willing to do a 6-hour round trip along with a 3 or 4 hour concert to come see you again.
That's me and McGuire. We did it without the two-piece band. We were always throwing each other's shit and trying to destroy each other's shit. We still do to this day. It hasn't changed. Fuck you.
So all right, let's jump back to your band days and all this. So, how many bands have you been in?
How many bands have I been in?
can you begin to even narrow that down?
Actually, it's not as many as you would think.
No?
It's under 10.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know Paradigum took up a big
11,
chunk.
11
Yeah.
12 years. Counting the ones I'm doing now. Well, are we being technical with have they played gigs or just,
I wouldn't consider jamming out to be a band.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gigs. You got to have at least one gig.
Okay. Well, in that case, that makes it even easier. So,
He's doing the math.
yeah,
in
I
his
am doing the
head,
math.
folks. We could be here a while.
I've been doing this a really long time. Believe it or not, the answer is, we can tell a Tom Wilder joke too, because I technically played a gig with Blood Tribe and he called me Limp Dick.
That's it. As soon as I said Butta is going to come do
called
this
me
show,
Limp Dick, I mean, immediately.
Oh, that old Limp Dick.
I miss his face too. I heard his kind words. I miss his face too.
Wilder's great.
Again, he's a guy since I was 15 years old. He's been around. We've been pals that long. Anyway, I'm going to say 6, 7.
Really?
Yeah. No, I think it's about 6.
What's your
Yeah, 7. I forgot about the last one.
Okay.
I didn't include the last one.
the last one?
Yeah, tarantulas.
Oh yeah, right.
I forgot. I'm so sorry. I forgot about tarantulas. If you guys are listening, I'm sorry.
Well, McGuire was in that with you.
Me and McGuire has been playing for years.
Yeah.
Years.
It's got to be approaching almost 20.
It ain't that many, but
16, 17 years.
oh
No.
no.
You sure?
I would say,
Dude,
at least 13.
Paradigm was 2009.
Yeah, but he came into Paradigm in 06. Paradigm was a band back in
Okay,
02,
so you're at
03.
13
years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, they're 13 years.
That's a long relationship.
Yeah. That's my brother from another mother, man. We work well together. We get each other.
You really do, man. Like, honestly, I've told people, if you have McG and Butta in a band, you can literally plug in, if a singer even has mediocre writing chops, because you can't leave all that to McG and you to write lyrics and stuff, but if a singer even has mediocre writing chops and a halfway decent voice, and you can literally plug any bass player in the world in there, and you've got a band. It's serious, and that's not taking anything. Let me just clarify. Jeff Plyce was a fucking amazing bassist. He's fucking sick.
Yeah,
but we were just fortunate to have that much talent in the band at that time.
But, we had that lineup, man.
And Steve, God, he added a whole new dimension that freed you up to do shit. Yeah. And
well, I've always been comfortable in I call it the 2 spot. I'm not much of a wanker as far as playing leads and stuff. I'm comfortable in filling gaps and playing
riffs. Yeah, man, you're a riff guy.
Yeah.
And whereas Steve had that,
had the chops, man.
Yeah, man, he was a shredder.
Steve's over there sweet picking over shit and doing stupid
and doesn't
shit.
look. Everybody that I ever show those videos to, they're like, "Who's the little nerdy guy on the end of the stage?" And I'm like, "That's Steve, man. It's the shredder, like he's master shredder."
He's an accountant. We found him.
You ever talk to that dude anymore?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
He's still here.
Is he?
He's still here.
God, man.
Yeah, he's still here.
Does he play?
At his house. He's kind of like me with it, but I've been with it for a while.
Kind of like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Jamming the house.
Yeah. You know, he does it at his house, but yeah, I still speak with him. It's not very often, but occasionally the text or the email will pop up. And
yeah, you want to come jam?
No,
or just
we haven't. Me and him haven't jammed since the last time Paradigm has got.
God damn.
But yeah, again, like but we were friends, man. It's like me and you, man. It's friends. A band's just a band. You know what I mean? It's just a band, man. So I don't have to sit in a room and play guitar with you and jam with you. We can sit here and bullshit. And we could sit here and drink whiskey and act fools. It's friends, man.
So okay, you've been in seven bands.
We'll say 7. I might be missing 1 or 2 in there, but I'm gonna say 7.
So, like, have you ever been in a band that actually went on tour? Like,
tour as far as leaving for like months at a time? No.
But like a couple week tour?
Yeah, we never even left for a couple. But like we would go on the weekends and disappear. we all pretty much kept steady jobs and everything through it.
Right.
But like I
That's one of the hardest things.
Oh, it was crazy.
Especially here, trying to get a band to make it is, there's not. It's really hard for a band to just pick up and go.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like being in Memphis or being in LA or being in Seattle where there's a huge music scene, and if you get discovered, like, okay, boys, your life is changing right now.
Yeah,
like,
you got to go out and get it.
Yeah, we're going.
And we did. I mean, we worked it. I mean, I've played all over this side of the country with Paradigum pretty much, and I did a lot of places with Solvay, a lot of places, but yeah, I mean, as far as going out for months at a time or weeks at a time, no. But I've been in a van a fucking lot.
Oh yeah, the van.
The van.
I remember
the van
riding with you guys in the van up to Greenwood, and we went to that bar.
That was that was Kokomo.
Oh yes,
Kokomo.
Yes,
that was
yes.
that was 20's gig.
Oh my god! Literally, the only people there were us, the bands, and there were like that table of 5 people that were friends with that band that was just the dude and his girlfriend on drums. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh god, what was that band? Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I remember.
She wasn't a great player, but boy, she ran that fucking drum set like a freight train.
And that guy had played in this other band called Lot 39, and before you were in the band, we played with them in Peru, Indiana, at this little shithole fucking place, but it was packed.
Really?
It was packed. And Osborne used to put quarters on his kick drum to make them click. And they go, how do you get that sound? He goes, I take quarters to my kick drum. They go, shut the fuck up. And he goes, no, look. And they blew their fucking minds. They were like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah. God, man. Yeah, I forgot about it. What was that place called?
I don't even remember. I just remember we were supposed to be paid for that gig.
Yeah, and 20 used to put on, like, 20 ran out of Clarksville for a long time. He was part of he booked the warehouse.
We did get paid. We got gas money.
We got gas money.
But
I mean, that's part of being an original band, but
right.
you ain't making no damn money.
Yeah. Yeah, because after Paradigm was done, I got with Dionysus, and I was like, shit, I'm actually making money singing now. Like, what the fuck do I do?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, this is new.
Well, we did Addiction Cure, man. And like, I'm getting paid for the first time.
That was you and Andy Mitchell.
It was me,
yeah.
Mitchell,
Jeff
played in that band. John Gish and Smiley.
Yeah,
Smiley.
I love Gish too, man.
Oh, Gish is a sweetheart.
He, you know what pissed me off when I was with him in Dionysus? I used to get on him all the time to turn his fucking amp up. He was the better player in the band.
I don't. I'm trying not to trash people today. I don't want to trash people.
I'm not trashing.
Okay.
He was the better player in the band.
I will agree. And
he kept his volume down, and it pissed me off because I would listen for him.
Well, he was. Say what you want about Gish. Gish was always prepared. You know, where he lacked in whatever else, he was always prepared. He was always doing his homework.
Oh, he was great.
He held that down because at that point in my life, I was, struggling. So I was there and I was just kind of going through the motions. I was doing it for shits and giggles, basically. And if that dude wasn't there, that band would sound like fucking shit. Because I didn't have it. I did not. It wasn't Paradigm where I had the shit on lockdown. And it was me.
Right.
I didn't have it.
You were just kind of on autopilot.
Yeah, I was on autopilot.
Yeah.
We're playing cover tunes. I got to play these 3 fucking chords, and I can dance around over here for a minute. We got it. Let's rock.
Dude, Gish, he's a monster guitarist, and he just never. I would tell him all the time. I'm like, just turn your amp up 2 notches, man. Just 2. Just give me 2. And he'd be like, no, man, I don't want to drown out. Man, I want you to drown me out, dude. Like, I want your guitar to be the thing that
I'm used to Butta and telling him to shut the fuck up.
Exactly. I would do 3 hours with Dionysus and not blow my goddamn voice out. I do a 40-minute set of Paradigm and I can't talk for the next 2 fucking days because I'm screaming over your fucking guitar.
I'm screaming. I'm not. We're talking tone here. We're pushing that amp. God damn it!
It was so fucking ridiculous. The fuck is that?
I don't know, but I hear it.
Must be coming from upstairs. I don't know. That's weird.
The upstairs is having a fit.
Yeah. I hope that ain't the fire alarm.
If it is, we're burning up because we're in the basement. I got 2 drinks of water left. We might put it out. There's a window down here, right? I can get out.
So, what are some of your favorite stories from the road? Like just going to different places or different gigs, like just shit that when someone asks you band stories, what jumps out in your brain immediately?
Yeah. Immediately, the first story. Oh God, do I even want to tell this one?
Oh, you absolutely do.
Okay, I'm gonna try to admit names here so I don't get anybody in trouble. We played in, and this is the first story because it's fucking hilarious. We played in Lexington, Kentucky one night, and this is Paradigum, second version of Paradigum. So Osborne, McGuire, me, Osborne, Jeff, Castellano.
Okay.
Play A1A Concert Hall. And we play this gig and we get done. Nothing really spectacular about the gig or whatever, but one of the guys, and I'm going to start this off, was I was taken at the time. I was seeing with somebody, so I was always well behaved on the road. I didn't act a damn fool. I was always dragging drunk asses back to the van. One of the guys, he's recently single, and there's these 2 girls. And he's and the bar in this place was way up on like a second tier, and you had to walk way the fuck away to get a beer. So me and one of the guys walk up to get a beer. Well, we come back, and the one guy's over there macking on these 2 chicks. And the guy looks at me and he goes, "I'm taking both of those girls from him. Watch me." I go, "Okay, dude, whatever. Good luck with that." And they had a green room behind the stage. So I go back in the green room, change shirts and towel off and all that bullshit. I'm back there 10 minutes tops. I walk out and I'm looking down by the sound. The soundboard's on the side of the stage. And he has these 2 chicks. And they both are all over him. They're making out with him. He's got them. Okay. So he goes, "I need the keys to the van." I was like, "You ain't getting the keys to the van." He's like, "Man, I need the keys to the van." I go, "Last time you got the keys, you locked us out of the vehicle in the freezing fucking cold in Peoria. We had to get a locksmith. You're not getting the keys to the van." "Man, I want the keys to the van." I was like, "I'm going to go unlock the van for you. I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to unlock the van for you." So we go back in, watch the last band play, and we're loading out. Club lets out. Fight breaks out. Massive fucking fight. Everybody jumps back in the club. I hop in the van. I'm in the passenger seat of the van, lock the doors. All of a sudden, this chick comes out of the back of the van. What's happening? Fight. Big fight. Stay here, big fight. And she's climbing into the driver's seat of the van. And I look over, and I'm looking at this girl's ass, all right? And I'm going, this is the weirdest shape ass I've ever seen in my fucking life. My whole entire life, I'm like, this is fucked up. There's something wrong here. So cops show up, break up the fight. Girl leaves. We finish loading up. We come back to Evansville. We get back to the jam room, same jam room where we jammed at.
Yep.
And we're unloading the van. We get everything unloaded, and we go to leave. And the one guy pulls out a pair of pants, and he's looking at them. And all of a sudden, in my mind, I've realized what has happened. The girl had his pants on. So he now has the chick's pants. and he looks over at the other guy and goes, "How the fuck am I going to explain this to my wife?" and he goes, "Man, you're good. He goes, "No, my car keys, my cell phone are in my pants, which are apparently with whatever that bitch is."
Oh my God.
But anyway, it all worked out. It was fine. He explained it to the wife, and the wife was fine. She's like, "I believe you. I believe you." And then the girl ended up FedExing the pants back. So we got the pants, the keys, and the cell phone back. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the kind of shit we got into.
Oh boy. Oh my God. See, and that's why I'm saying it's probably the best thing that I was in a relationship and married, because oh my God.
You know what was funny about that? Like, because I was in a relationship for the majority of Paradigum, except for the last kind of run.
Yeah.
And I would always get offers and stuff like that when I was in a relationship, but the minute it stopped, the offers stopped, you know. I was like, I'm free. I'm going to do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want.
Oh, no. That night that we opened for Saliva, you pretty much could have had free reign pick of the litter. Because if you remember, like, between one of the songs, I think you were tuning or changing guitars or something, and I was like, any girls out there like fat kids? And screams let out, and I looked at Butta, I was like, well, that nigga right there is single.
You know what that is? I do remember one from that night, but I'm not going to go there either.
What?
We're not going to go there. There was one from that night. I'm not going to go there either because I still know him. We're still friends. But yeah. Yeah.
Girl?
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you're kind of right. I could have had one that night again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I did have a little game.
Yeah.
Maybe guitar. Maybe
You were Butta.
I was Butta. I'm still Butta. He's still in there. I'm still him.
Just a little older now.
He's just a little older. Got some gray hairs. a little less hair on top.
Oh, shit. So, now, we're going to get into, like, your playlist now.
My playlist.
Yeah, like, if you're jamming out, like, what's your go-to the majority of the time? Or, like, right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I've been rocking that new In Flames album.
I saw you post that on Facebook. I was like, wow.
I have never really been into that band.
Yeah, that doesn't, like, whenever I saw you post that, I was like, that's some shit he would listen to.
I've never
It's
been
weird.
into that band, but something about that album right now is clicking with me, and it's badass. I've been rocking that a lot.
Dude, I've been listening to them since, I think,
yeah.
Somewhere in there.
I don't know. It's just something about this group of songs. It's resonating with me. Maybe I'm getting it now. I don't know.
like me and Deftones.
Yeah, it's like
it
you
took
and
a while.
Maybe I'm getting this.
It took a while.
Maybe I'm getting this shit now.
What else you listening to?
Oh God. I still go back to Skindred a lot. Deftones, of course.
Is there any new shit that stands out to you?
Any new? I hate being put on a spot because I go brain dead.
Right. Like there, dude. I'll give you an example for me. So when I'm working during the day, I'll have 103 on sometimes.
See, I rock Sirius and
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Beartooth. I've been rocking Beartooth a lot.
Right
You heard
on.
them?
Oh yeah. This song, SOS by the Glorious Sons.
Okay.
Sawed Off Shotgun. Have you heard this?
Yep.
That song gets stuck in my goddamn head every fucking day. Like, I'm pretty convinced the only way I'm gonna be able to get it out is if I blow it out with a bullet. It's to that point that, yeah, they sent the text, man. I lost my job, man. You got hooked on oxycodone. I love it, and there's nothing spectacular about it.
It's catchy.
It is,
It's catchy.
man. It really is.
See, now it's in my head now. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks. Steve.
you're welcome. I'm so glad I could do that to someone else.
It's gonna be stuck in my head till tomorrow. I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna wake up with it.
Yep.
Because that's how my mind works. It's always music. I'm like, why am I sick? God, fuck Bulldog.
What else you listening to?
Oh man, I go back to Tom Petty a lot.
Nice,
Big Tom
dude.
Petty fan.
That's one of my favorite quotes. Like me being a singer and songwriter, one of my favorite quotes from Tom Petty. He makes reference to my favorite Johnny Cash song, and he goes, because they're like, how do you come up with all these songs? How, like, do you ever experience writer's block? And he goes, of course, everyone does. He goes, but I know how to fix it. And they were like, how? And he goes, anytime that a writer is experiencing writer's block, you put on Big River by Johnny Cash and you listen to it over and over and over. And I guarantee you about the fourth or fifth time you listen to it, something's going to pop in your head. And I was like, oh my God, that's so fucking real.
Yeah.
I love that fucking song, man.
I always go back to Tom Petty, man. Like, again, that's one that's been around most of my life. That Tom Petty. My mom loved Tom Petty, so lots of Tom Petty.
Don't come around here no more.
Yeah, like everybody, Mary Jane's Last Dance, dude. God, I hate that tune.
Yeah, that
Hate
song
it.
played the fuck out. Like for me,
That's the only, like, you know, you do all these cover bands and everybody does it.
yeah.
And everybody's like, well, we got
Why
to, no,
does
we
nobody
don't.
do Free Fallin'?
Free Falling.
Oh, what a great fucking song!
You forget how many songs and how many great songs.
My
that
favorite
we wrote.
Tom Petty song, "Running Down a Dream."
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Never would come to me.
My favorite one's Honeybee.
That's a great song too. Yeah,
Honeybee.
man.
But yeah. And some of his newer stuff, like Echo, that album. Go listen to that.
I need to
Listen to that.
Yeah, he was one of the, like, I know this is gonna sound funny, but to me, Tom Petty was like, he had a counterpart, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but he had a counterpart in country music, and that man's name was Dwight Yoakam.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was the country
Love that
version.
guy, too.
He was the country version of Tom Petty. I thought that from the time I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I was like, are they brothers? Like, because like Tom Petty had kind of a weird voice, and Dwight Yoakam had a really
Dwight.
he sounded like Kermit the Frog singing country, and I was like, what the fuck?
1,000 miles from nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Dwight Yoakam rules.
Little sister, don't you?
Yeah. Guitars, Cadillac.
Oh, I love that fucking song. How great was he in Sling Blade
Yeah.
and Crank?
Yep.
Dude, why is he not still acting? Like, why are they not putting him in more movies? Because he's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't like little wimpy ass kids. I hate you. I hate you too, you little prick. No, I don't. I love your mama. I love you.
Well, you aim to do that lawnmower blade.
I reckon I aim to kill you with it. Well, if you do that, the number you want to call to reach the police is 911. I was just thinking about that movie today, and that scene.
That's great. It's a great
Some
scene.
people call it a Kaiser blade. I calls it a sling blade.
Second whack, I damn near took his head off.
That first whack done him in. The second one nearly cut his head plumb in two. God damn, Carl. Carl. Oh. So now, now one thing I want to bring up. One of the biggest things that you and I connected over.
Boondocks.
You goddamn right, dude. I think we drove.
We're still doing it.
We drove everybody in the band nuts.
I smell new shoes.
What's really good? Oh, Colonel Stinkmeaner, man, that was our guy. I try to explain to people, like, they're like, yeah, I like the Boondocks, and I'm like, no, but do you know the Boondocks? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, can you, like, so the most important character, his name's Colonel Stinkmeaner. Can you quote anything from Colonel Stinkmeaner? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I can.
Yeah.
All of it. I'm like, my favorite is still the when Huey goes, Stinkmeaner, ding ding ding, that's right, nigga. He goes, I don't know how you got here, but I'm sending you back to hell where you came from. Oh yeah, I'm going back, and I'm taking y'all with me in the first class cabin on the Ass Whooping Express. All aboard! Woo woo!
You best have insurance, nigga.
Ass Whooping Insurance, and you was about to pay a deductible.
That shit was the funniest shit
Oh
ever.
my god.
It still is.
Dude, my ex-wife, we drove her batshit with that. She fucking hated that show.
Even again, after all these years hanging out, the first thing, what's really
Yes,
good?
exactly. Always. Yeah. Like, even like whenever I asked you last night, like, hey, we still on for tomorrow? Don't forget 6 p.m. I didn't forget. My mom was like, cool, nigga. And that's spelled N-Y-E-E-K-U-H
Yeah.
for me, but for you, it's like N-I-K-K-U-H.
Yeah.
You're like, Nyaka, and I put the real emphasis on that. Nyaka.
Should that be like an N-Y-E-G?
You know, people that are listening to this part like, what the fuck?
Fuck's wrong with these dudes?
And those who know the Boondocks, though, are probably cracking the fuck up. Yeah. There's him. What's up, him? Yeah, we're recording. You're good.
She knew I was down there. Look.
She brought us milk and cookies.
That.
That's fucking crazy. Look, but it's like, hell yeah!
You gonna bring me? That's my kryptonite cookies.
Did you just make those?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come hang out more often.
I'm gonna have to make her like the show manager or something. She's talking about when we do the regular Sunday shows. This is, by the way, I'm talking about my new roommate, Emily, and I live in the basement. I live in her dungeon down here, and she's talking about for the main show. She wants to like put out a food spread for everybody. I'm like, don't spoil these motherfuckers. We'll never get them to leave.
Don't keep coming back.
Like, Will, don't you have homes? Yeah, this one. We live with you now. She feeds us.
Why is Tucker still on the couch?
Oh, shit. Oh, so. All right. So you got a new band.
I got 2 new bands.
2 new bands. Oh, new shoes.
New shoes.
So one of them, you're with Alan and McGee, right?
It's Alan Clark,
Yeah.
Matt McGuire, and Bryce Bolin. So
Bryce Bolin. That's a pretty hefty lineup, man.
It's 2 members of Dying Giant and 2 ex-members of Tarantulas and Paradigum. So.
Yeah.
And we're looking.
There's a big pedigree there, and Alan told me about the 2 singers.
Yeah, we got singers trying out Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, we had a singer, and sometimes life gets in the way, man. That's
some shit just
I mean
happened.
that's we're old men now. We're not
Dude.
We're not little kids that can.
I still get asked all the time by different people like, "Hey man, you want to do a band?" And I'm like, "No, I really don't. I really don't. Like I want to play blues. I want to work on playing my guitar. I know that I can sing and I know I can write songs. Now I want to be able to write my own songs on guitar, and I want to be able to sing and play at the same time. And once I can do that, I think I'll find a drummer. I may go find a drummer. I may contact Andy Mitchell. I may get a hold of Sledge. I'll be like, dude, it's blues. It ain't fucking complicated. All you got to do is keep a steady fucking beat.
1, 2,
follow me.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
1, 2.
Follow me. And that's what I want to do. Like, I don't know what because Paradigum was kind of post-hardcore. Like
We were, I don't know.
I brought it. Well, I brought that vibe. Like,
okay.
I turned Paradigum into more of a metal band. Like the music was hard already. Yeah. My vocal styling really shifted it into a different dimension from where it had been with Brian and Aaron. Yep. Like the first time I ever saw you guys was Aaron was with you, and you opened for Saving Abel at Woody's.
Okay.
And
I think we played with them. We played with Saving Abel numerous times in numerous places.
Yep.
That band was always coming up somewhere. It was like, fuck, there they are again.
Yeah. I remember seeing you guys, and I was just like, I remember thinking, man, the music's hard. And I was like, he's a good singer, but it's not like it doesn't sync up. And this is before I knew any of you. Like I didn't know I was going to be in Paradigm. I was just like, man, it's a cool band. I can't get what's going on here. Yeah. And then what was it? Oh, Far From Fallen.
Yes.
That's how I came into the picture.
You came into the picture because I used to date a girl named Jenny, and she knew you through Hot Topic. Yeah. And this is going to be the stereotypical thing because Alan Clark just did it probably a month ago, but Aaron was out and we were looking for a singer, and she goes, you should try out Bulldog. And I go, shut the fuck. I was like, he can't sing. And she goes, no, he sings in a store. He can sing. and she can sing. So when she gave me an opinion, especially when
she's like classically trained too.
When she gave me an opinion on a singer, I listened. I didn't listen to a lot of other things she said, but I listened when she gave me a music opinion. So I contacted you, and then the first time me and you hung out was the Far From Fallen. I came out and watched them play, and we hung out. Remember, we went back to, I think it was Kevin's apartment.
That's right. Yeah, that was when they played at. That was in Owens. Well, it was in Owensboro, right?
Did I come to Owensboro for that one?
Yeah, they played in that little store in the mall, right?
No.
Then no, they played at that. No, they were in that room. It looked like a basement. They played there, and then we went back to the apartment and hung out.
Yeah, we had. I mean, like late into the fucking morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did hang out. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know you then.
Well, that was like I'm gonna go hang out with him, see if he's cool. I'm gonna.
Oh, I had no clue.
Oh
man.
yeah. That was me being the buffer.
Scouting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Is he gonna be cool? Because I think we had passed emails at that point, and you had the interest.
No, not at all. I did not know who you were when you contacted me. I had no clue. And then how it happened was they played at Bullock's here in town.
Yep.
And I got up on stage with them and sang Remember 6.
Yep.
Like Kevin was like, hey, Bulldog, you want to come sing this? And I was like, hell yeah, I'll come sing that. And I didn't even, like, you and Jeff were there.
Yep.
And I didn't even know, like, I didn't know who you guys were. Like, but we had hung out, but I didn't remember you. It was only one time, and it was like weeks prior.
Yep.
And then I think 3 days later, I get a message on MySpace.
Yep. MySpace.
Yeah.
That was the Facebook before there was Facebook.
Right? I get a message from you on MySpace, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and you were like, yeah, man, I saw you on stage with Far From Fallen. Like your voice. We want you to come audition. And I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And you were like, well, we've got these tracks. And you sent me 4 tracks. No joke. I had all 4 of those songs written.
Well, you came in prepared.
Yeah, I had all 4 of those songs written in 2 days, and then 3 days after that, I was in the practice space with you guys, and
you came in. It was me, Osborne, Jeff, and Matt, and the decision was made right then and there. He's in, and that was that. And then Osborne went to join Pop Tart, and we brought Huggins in, and Huggins was around for a while. And
I forgot that I had another drummer. Yeah. Oh my God,
Huggins.
Yeah. Oh man, I literally spaced him out. Like in my brain, it was McG. No, McG was on guitar.
Yep.
Oh my God.
The first gig you did with McG was on guitar.
Yeah.
Because remember, Huggins only did 2 gigs with us.
Yeah. No shit.
Yep.
Dude, you just plugged that back in my brain. Like he did not exist in Paradigum for me. I totally forgot Chris Huggins.
Yep.
Huggy Bear. Oh my God. You ever talk to that dude anymore?
I haven't talked to him in years.
What fucking happened to him?
We're friends on Facebook. He lives up around Indy. He always lived away from here.
Yeah.
Even then,
he drove like 2 hours.
He lived in Louisville.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I see his stuff pop up on my feed every now and again. I know he's got a little girl and he's married and he's doing well, but I spoke to him. He was always a nice guy. Super good dude.
All right. So the 2 new bands. You were talking about. I know, dude.
Sidetrack.
That's what this show is. That's what this show is, man.
Squirrel, plastic bags.
That's why, like, we're under no time constraint. That's why we get to circle back to shit. It's a free flowing conversation. It's real. It's unedited. It's raw.
The 2 new back in. Alan Clark.
What you were saying, Alan. I had to laugh when you said, Alan don't think you can sing. And I was like, well, a lot of people don't realize.
And I got these tracks that I wrote because I was glad I finally got them from Jeff because the tracks I have are all instrumental.
Yeah, that's what I have. I still have them on my phone.
And they're all different. Like when you listen to those, you're going to go, wait a minute, whoa. Because Jeff brought them over the other night and I was putting them into the computer. Because Jeff's like, man, this is the only copy. And I go, well, they're digital now. We've moved up in technology, motherfucker. This is what we're doing. And I was listening to him, and I go, holy shit, I forgot we changed it to that, and we did this, and at the end of Eyes Closed, I forgot all about that shit. I was like, that shit didn't exist.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, because I was playing the tracks for Alan and Bryce when we first started jamming.
What did Alan think when he heard it?
He loved them, man. He's younger than us, but like he definitely would have fit in with us. Like he is into all that stuff. Like,
no, I mean like when he actually heard me sing.
Yeah, I don't think he has yet because I just got the tracks Tuesday.
Oh, so he hasn't heard that. Oh,
I'm gonna play him for him though because
God.
I was like I'm gonna get him. I'll play him. but everybody has it. That guy can't sing. I did it.
Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
People see me and They just
Tim Thomas, when you were in Dionysus, walked over to me, and this was after Paradigum was long and done. What do you think about Bulldog? Well, he can fucking sing. He's great. I was in a band with him, jackass. What do you think? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? I've known him way longer than I've known you. I've known you 27 minutes. He's great. He rules. Because you replaced Smiley in that band. Mm-hmm. We all did this big freaking circle.
Yeah, dude, there was a huge fucking swap out among a few groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of plug and play, man.
Yeah, and I'm playing with a lot of new, like Alan and Bryce, man. It's cool jamming with them because they're different. They're different attitude. I'm learning. So like
Alan is very, very precise.
Yeah.
In everything that he does, he's very calculated. Like you can tell he actually puts thought into shit before he does it. It's
Bryce and jamming with Bryce, same thing. Like Bryce's mind works as quick as McGuire's.
Oh God!
I mean, it's very click, 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 click.
What does Bryce play?
He's playing bass in this band.
Oh man!
But he's mostly he's like me, plays everything, but he's guitar. He's playing bass.
Right. I've always known him as a guitarist.
Yeah. Yeah, he's playing bass in this, man. Alan's playing guitar in it. Mm-hmm. Guy's drumming. But, and
that can be interchangeable.
Oh,
too.
That can go all around. I can play bass. I can play a little. I'm not a great drummer, but I can play a little drum.
That's some endorphin shit happening in that group right there. That's literally endorphin. Every single member of that band could play every single member's instrument.
It's one of those, like we were setting, and all these tunes, they're Alan's tunes. Like we haven't even broke the seal on what like me, Bryce, and Matt have. It's all this project was Alan's project. It was going to be a solo project. He was going to do his tunes, and then he started, and it was awesome because it felt really cool to jam with Alan the first time because I've known Alan for years. Yeah. But he was like, man, I can't believe you're sitting in my basement jamming. What do you mean? He was like, you played in tarantulas, man. You did. I'm like, I'm just a jackwagon like everybody else around here, man. Let's rock. You're a cool dude. Let's rock. Your tunes are solid. Let's rock. But yeah, like it was going to be like his like kind of solo thing, and now it's turned into it's a project. And he's like, and I'll sit there. And you know me, when I get a guitar in my hand, it's here comes riffs. Here they come. And we rehearsed a couple weeks ago, and he goes, keep doing that. That's really cool. He goes, where'd that come from? I was like, I don't know. I just did it. He goes, we're going to start working on some of your stuff. I go, whatever, man. Whenever you want. But yeah, so it's Alan's baby right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's this? What's the other band?
The other band is a cover project. I think you know most of it. I know you know most of it. It's we're gonna do nothing but '90s tunes. So I've got a.
I provided the majority of your soundtrack list for that. I still have more to give you, by the way. Like that shit. Like for the past few days after I left those comments, I was like, I started going through my playlist on my phone of 90 shit that I've got together, and I was like, dude, I got so much more shit to send Butta to be like, hey man, if you want, I'll just set your fucking show up for you. I'll give you 3 goddamn solid sets of songs that roll right into each other perfectly.
I'm gonna learn slam, and I'll make the rest of them do it. You got to do it. I'm gonna hold you to it.
That's my song, man.
I'm on it.
I used to do that with Dionysus. Yeah. We only did the 3rd verse, but
really?
It was how it started was Tim, between 2 songs, Tim would have to tune one of his guitars differently. And John only switched guitars for what we were doing. And Mike, the bassist, his was a quick tune change for him. And then Mitchell's just sitting back there on the drums. And so they always wanted me to talk to fill in this gap of like the 2 minutes, just for him to get set for what we were doing in the next series of songs, which I always thought was, man, what a bad place to put that transition. You need to switch one of those songs to be an end or a beginning song, and leave it. But we went ahead with it. In the first few shows, I did just talk and blah. Finally, I got bored with talking to the crowd for 2-3 minutes trying to fill time. And I turned around to Andy and I was like, give me a beat. And he goes, like, dude, everyone on stage just looks at each other like, what? Like, oh no, this is not part of the script. I was like, give me a beat. And he goes, like, what? And I was like, I want to do Slam by Onyx. And Andy goes, are you for real? And I was like, yes. And he starts, and fucking Mike just starts, and Gish didn't get it right away the first time, but by that next show, Gish had that fucking
because you
guitar.
told him the tune and he went home and
listened. He did.
That was what was great about him. You would say, we want to do this tune, and he would come back and he would know most of it.
Yep.
He would have it there.
And all of a sudden, that shit turned into, I'm a B-boy, standing in my B-boy stance, hurry up and give me the microphone before I busted my pants, a mad author of anguish, my language polluted, Bulldog is heavyweight, it's still undisputed. Everyone lost their fucking minds. And I think Tim, the other guitarist, forgot to keep tuning because he's just watching, like, what the fuck is happening? And when it got to the chorus, the whole goddamn place lit up. I mean, hands just in here, slam, da 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 da. Let the boys be boys. Like, everyone was into it. And then the same thing happened, like, you know, another change or something, like a tuning change or whatever, brought about me doing our version of When Doves Cry.
I didn't know you guys did that one.
Oh, dude, it started as a fluke. I just stood at the microphone. I started doing it a cappella. And I just stood there and I was just tired of trying to bullshit. And I just went, dig, if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Holy shit, dude. Everybody's just like,
It's Prince.
whoa. No, well, I mean, it's Prince. It's Prince, but it was dark. And then all of a sudden, Andy just, and Gish hits this fucking lick, this guitar riff, and it is dark, it is heavy, and it goes perfectly with how I'm doing this. And then that became a thing. It started on stage, not in rehearsal. This wasn't practiced. And then from then on, it was a part of the show. Same thing with Seven Nations Bite the Dust.
Okay. Yeah.
Seven Nation
okay.
Army, the doom, 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 doom,
Yep.
doom, doom, doom. Well, you know, in the middle,
Yep.
it's got that breakdown of just that. And I looked at Mike, and I was like, keep playing that. And I jumped up on the drum riser, and I'm standing in front of Mitchell, staring out at the crowd. And he's like, doom, 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 doom. And I just started going, Steve walks waverly down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. And everybody was like, holy shit. And as soon as I started doing it, Mike looks at me and he's like, oh, yes. Like, he was totally into it. Gish is like, yeah. And it was just an instant, like, okay, this is what we're doing. And then the next one that happened, like, all of these things that I'm talking about happened on stage.
Yep.
Nothing rehearsed. They didn't know what I was going to do. Then the next one that happened, and the one that really hit, was Ice Ice Baby.
That's a good 90s stuff. I forgot about
Metal version.
I always wanted to do
Ice Ice Baby.
I always wanted to do metal. You can't touch this.
Ooh, you got to get a singer that's real good with those lyrics.
Because I've always had the breakdown in my back pocket, but I could never get anybody to buy into it and do it.
I kind of wish I could have got Mike on board to start playing boom, boom, boom. All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to.
I'm about to get my phone out and start taking notes for this
Oh,
project.
dude. So, you know what? I'll go ahead and put this out there into the podcast verse, into the universe itself. And if you guys want to do it and run with it, cool. But at one point, me and John Gish and Andy Mitchell and, Dave.
Dave Dill.
Yeah. All of us were talking about doing a project, in a cover project together. And I had the full idea, and I told them, I was like, all you guys got to do is learn the songs and wear what I give you to wear on stage and just play your role. And this is going to be huge. The band was going to be called Doc Brown and the DeLoreans. And every show, Doc Brown was unable to be here. But I was going to utilize a laptop and integrate it into the show. In the sense, I was going to create 3 different shows. So the set lists for all 3 shows are different, and the interaction with the computer system was different. And behind Andy on the drums, I wanted to get those chasing rope lights to look like the flux capacitor behind him. I was going to wear like basically we were going to go off of 80s stereotypes, but I wanted to get a keyboardist, and my buddy Mays is who I was going to go after for that, and make him wear the lab coat.
Okay.
And have Andy look like the jock. I was going to look like the greaser, the black leather jacket and all that shit. But basically I wanted it to, when we came on stage, introduce the band and explain, we regret to inform you that Doc Brown is unable to join us this evening. We are the DeLoreans, and we've traveled back in time to bring all of you primitives the greatest music that has ever existed from the 1980s. And I wanted it to be all 80s, but the computer, I was going to use one of those text-to-speech apps and use that woman with the British voice.
Okay.
And be like, after we would play a couple songs, it would be like, now do a mashup from 1985. And we would have like 3 or 4 songs that go together as one song from 1985. And then all of a sudden, there's something like system malfunction, 1996. And we're all like, what? 1996? No. Or like 1997. This one sticks out in my mind. And like, no, we don't play things from the 90s. Play it, fool, or I'll leave you in this time. And like the computer was going to interact. I was going to have a whole thing set and 3 full shows of different. So no matter what, say that you caught us, say that we played Friday and Saturday night at the same place.
Each night would be different.
Yep. And then if you caught us that next Friday night, you were going to catch show 3 and then show 1 again on Saturday. Dude, something like that, people would just, oh my God. And the pageantry of it.
Yep.
Having the outfit changes going on. I wanted someone wearing like the nerdy short sleeve t-shirt, like short sleeve button down t-shirts with the pocket protectors and the broken rim,
and
like
the taped
taped glasses. Yeah, man. I wanted all of it. I wanted the preppy guy wearing like the cardigan sweater tied around his neck and all. That would have been Gish.
Oh yeah.
That's totally Gish.
Yeah.
Totally Gish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to do this, and just we couldn't, we couldn't get timing together and stuff.
That's how most bands are.
Yeah, man, trying to get the time to get everyone together is the hardest.
That's a huge undertaking.
But a show like that's a show that you're not going to be playing locally for more than a few months before all of a sudden now there's video of you out, and especially not, this is 2019. That video is going to get online, and that shit's going to get a shit ton of fucking views, and then you're going to start getting phone calls from bars out in California and Nevada, and you're going to hit a circuit, and you're going to have to quit your goddamn job, and this is going to be your fucking job. It's going to be like the Velcro Pygmies.
Hey, if they want to pay me Velcro Pygmies money, I'll do it.
Right.
Gladly. I'll quit my job. Gladly.
Right. That's what I was looking at it as. I was like, dude, a gimmick and that's where my performer mentality comes in. That gimmick is a huge fucking thing. You look at Steel Panther when they first started as Metal School.
Yep.
Fucking brilliant. They're still brilliant as Steel Panther, man. They're
Panther.
They're so fucking great. But yeah, I like the 1997. Just look at the guys and be like, okay, let's just do this, and like do fucking semi-charmed life. And
well, I think that's one that's on our list.
is it?
I'm fairly certain.
That's fucking awesome. Hey, I have a 90s song that you got to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you this song. But if you do this song, any show that I'm at, I get to sing it.
Okay. What song?
Barely Breathing, Duncan Sheik.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking
Yep.
about?
I know yeah, okay.
It's one of my favorite.
I'm barely breathing. Yep.
And I can't find the air.
Okay.
Don't know who I'm kidding. Oh my God. I love that song.
That's right up the alley of the stuff we're doing, so that's
Yeah,
a
man.
good suggestion.
I got all kinds of
Come
shit
on,
like
man.
that.
Dude, we got a list, because it's like, we were talking the other night, do we just want to do home runs, or do we want to do the weird, odd stuff, too?
The very first song that I posted for you in that list that I gave you, that is a must. A lot of people either aren't going to know it, but as soon as they hear it, they're going to go, oh, that's nasty. Or they're going to remember it, but they're not going to remember it. They're going to be like, oh, man, I remember this song. Who fucking does this? That soul coughing, Super Bon Bon.
Yeah, Super
Move
Bon Bon.
aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. That song is so fucking badass. Too fat, you must cut clean. You gotta take the elevator to the mezzanine jump. Such a violent transition in that song.
The 90s. Because I think
I'm
that's...
look, I'm excited for you to be doing an original thing again, but I may be more excited that you're doing a 90s cover band. Like
That's good. That's good. That's what I want. I want people to go... 'Cause everybody thinks covers, and because I have this idea for covers as far as like, I want to do a bunch of pop songs but make them heavy.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to push that for years. I can't get everybody to buy into it because I know it'll go over well. I know it will.
Of course it will.
I go out
Leo
to-
Moricelli has made a fucking living off of this.
Exactly. And I go out to, and I'm still this guy to this day. I go out every weekend and I watch bands. I still to this day, I do it. And I know what's going over and what's clicking. And right now the DJ's clicking. Let me tell you what's clicking. It's the DJ. You want to see bitches dancing and motherfuckers getting up? It's when the DJ's playing.
Yeah.
And it's the bands that are coming in and playing all those pop tunes. So I was just going to turn it
Just
on everybody.
imagine a band that does a metal version of I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly.
You stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
Exactly.
God damn.
Exactly.
I mean, you can tear so much shit up.
Yeah.
Like another one, I hate this. God, I hate this kid. I hate this kid.
My
but
whole thought
the
process.
Takeshi 6ix9ine kid.
Oh, God.
The Trainway little bitch nigga. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But my whole
Whole fucking
inspiration,
squad full of killers. I'm a killer too.
my whole inspiration, you'll meet Me First in the Gimme Gimmes. It was the punk version of it.
Yes.
I was just going to take it into the metal realm.
And Bowling for Soup.
Yep.
Like all those guys. Yeah. Me First. They were great.
Yeah.
Like they had a science down of that.
They got up there in their Hawaiian shirts, and it's fucking Fat Mike and Chris Schiffler from the Foo Fighters, and fucking punk rock superglue playing fucking covers, punk style.
Yeah. That's what spawned the whole pop goes punk
Yeah.
thing was them doing that.
Take that idea and run with it.
Yeah.
Pop goes punk. Or just take that idea, because it will go over. I'm telling people, nobody wants to listen, but whatever. I'll play 90s in the meantime until I find the right people to do it.
Right? Yeah, man.
The 90s. I was there.
I'm right. Me too. Shit, man. I wonder how many of my audience listening are like, what?
What the fuck are
What
the
fuck?
90s?
Yeah, right. You poor kids.
You poor children.
God damn.
We were alive when there wasn't cell phones and internet. I played with sticks and rocks.
That's real.
That's
If
fact.
you didn't have a baseball bat and a baseball, you fucking
That's
made
fact.
do.
That's right. You can ask my mother. She'll tell you stories all day about how I got in trouble for throwing rocks and breaking windows.
Oh man. So how close is the original project to
Basically, getting a singer in place.
Right.
There's
Okay.
there's tunes, plenty of tunes. We got it.
got lyrics and everything?
No,
Or-
no, like I said,
so singers
it-
gotta.
yeah, singers-
So you need a singer songwriter, and that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Basically, getting the singer in place, like singer in place, and a few solid rehearsals with the whole band. We got it. That's all we're waiting on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming, and it's probably coming real quick
Cool.
if we
And
find
then-
if we find the singer. If we find the
And then what about the 90s?
The 90s band, again, I'm playing with Randy Land, John Kern, and
Kern!
and
I love that
Mr.
kid.
Mr. Jason Harper Johnson.
Really?
That is fact, yes.
Really?
That's the lineup. Yep.
So you got like half of Jenny's Bad Hair Day.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Is Jay going to play bass?
He's playing guitar and singing.
What?
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm so much happier about this right now. For those of you that don't know, that's my brother.
Yep.
Like, if you've heard any of my acoustic songs where I'm singing, it is Mr. Jason Johnson Harper.
Johnson Harper, whatever you.
Yep.
He's Jay Johnson to
Yeah,
me.
Jay Johnson or Jason Harper. That's him doing the guitar work and all that. Yeah.
And both of these bands, man, it's all these people I've known for years, and I've never got a chance to jam with. Like, I've known Jay since I was, again, a little kid, and we always talk shit.
That's okay. You and McGuire together. That's me and Jay. It is like if he all he has to have is an acoustic. If he's got his acoustic, he sits down and starts playing me something. I'll have a song written, ready to go in 15 minutes every fucking time. That's how we work, man. Both the two songs that we have recorded, both of those songs were written in 15 minutes. One of them was written at the old state hospital. We were sitting outside by the little pond there and wrote that in like probably 15, 20 minutes and went to the studio 3 days later and recorded it. That Rebuild My Kingdom. Yeah.
He's good, man.
Oh, you got to understand though, man. He is music theory.
Yeah.
Like his brain
It's
processes music in a way different form
we were
than
working
most
on
people.
we were working on Jane's Diction. Mm-hmm. And it's Perry Farrell. So we're having to change the key, and he goes, "Let's play it here." We play through it. And he come back a week later. Well, let's play it here. And he goes, "But I love you." He goes, "I don't have to explain it to you. You just do it."
Yeah.
And I've known him so long, man. So then we just never. Randy Land same way.
So is Jenny's Bad Hair Day done now?
No, they're still doing that too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're
So
still
everybody's
doing
just kind of.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah,
Let's
right
do
on.
this.
I love Jenny's Bad Hair Day because they do funk, and that shit makes me so goddamn happy.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Little Kern.
Lil Kern.
I took Kern to try out for Salvi when McGuire quit, or however I don't remember how that worked.
Really?
That was my first meeting. First time I ever met Kern in person. We get in the truck and go to Nashville. It was a quick introduction.
That's fucking
to
awesome.
And we've been pals ever since. We're both smart asses. We're both dicks, and yeah, we've been friends ever since. But this is the first time it's really come up to playing a band together.
You know, it really is. It's like, so I lived in Vegas. I lived in St. Louis. I've been around a lot of talented musicians, and for whatever reason, Evansville for me, like, I don't know if it's just because I know more people here or what, but I mean, I had a pretty big fucking crowd in Vegas and stuff, but the level of musicians that I know here surpasses everywhere else I've
There's
been.
a ton of talent here.
Yeah, there is. Like, especially when you got like Lindsey Williams.
Lindsey Williams.
I
Gold
don't-
Stairs, man. Those two guys. They kill it.
Yeah, dude.
They kill it.
I don't understand how Lindsey Williams is still here. How is Lindsey Williams not touring the world?
Well, there's lots of guys. Even you've talked about instrumental players, like, drummers, and there's tons of guys. Why are they here?
Yeah.
Tons of talent here.
Like, I don't understand how Blood Tribe hasn't at this point been snatched the fuck up, signed to a contract, put them with these other fucking brutal ass metal bands and get there. Put Blood Tribe in Japan or Europe.
I'm gonna blame Tom just because
You
I'm
do
fuck with
realize
Tom.
you do lip dick.
Lip Dick, I'll show you. I'll show you. Call me Lip Dick.
But you know what I'm saying. If you put Blood Tribe in Japan or Northern Europe,
take 'em to Europe.
all over
Take 'em to
Europe,
Europe.
they're gonna be massive,
Yeah.
and they're never gonna want to come home. They're gonna be like, "Fuck the U.S.
Yep.
We'll come home to visit like for 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, we're gonna be over here."
Yep.
Like, for real, pack up your family, pack up everybody, move. Like, that's what would happen after that first tour. They'd be like, well, found a new home.
Found a new home. Well, it's more accepted over there.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe.
Well,
over here.
they have a fucking, it's not, I can't even say a market. They have a need for it
Yep.
there. And Japan, dude, the harder, like if it can be the most brutal American metal, and the harder it is, the more they love it. Like I don't doubt for 1 second that if Blood Tribe went to do 2 or 3 tours through Japan over the span of 2 years, I bet they could play the Tokyo Dome and damn near fill that bitch.
The Tokyo Dome.
I'm serious.
I would go see Tom Wilder at the Tokyo Dome.
I would fucking jizz myself.
I'd make him give me free tickets, but I would go.
I'd be like, I'm road crew, bitch.
I'd be like, I am your guitar tech now.
One night and one night only, a singer will carry your shit on and off
That's
stage.
the only time ever I've packed any kind of gear.
Exactly. I don't even like carrying my guitar and my amp now. When I had to move it over to here,
Oh, you was mad as-
I was mad as fuck.
Yeah.
Where's my roadie?
Yeah. Welcome to my world. 20 some odd damn years later.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Tom, I want the free tickets to the Tokyo Dome, Tom. Or I'm your guitar tech for that tour. I'll do it. I'm hired.
So you got anything else you want to pimp, brother?
Man, just the 2 bands coming up. And the tentative name for the original band is Hair, which I'm not a fan of.
No. Why?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It's Alan's baby.
You know what you should call it, right?
What?
There is a natural fucking progression here. Giant tarantulas.
Oh, I've already been there. Running with giant tarantulas. Dying with tarantulas. What else was there?
Big fucking spider.
Running with giants.
You should call it Big fucking spider.
Big fucking
BFS. BFS. Dude, it's simple. It's 1 syllable, 3 letters, 1 syllable each. The crowd, BFS, BFS.
Big fucking spider.
Yes.
I like it. Alan, we're Big fucking spider now.
Big fucking dead spider.
Bryce.
There it is.
Bryce has been calling it fart barf.
You know what's sad? Like, whatever the name ends up being, that's the name he's going to say in front of fans, and that's what they're going to start calling. Yeah, that's what they're going to start
We'll get the
calling
group
it.
text going, and we'll start talking about names. Fart barf. And it's gotten to the point now where now McGuire's doing it. Fart barf.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Poor Alan. Alan's probably just beside himself.
Oh, Alan's walked into like... I'm like, I was like, we cannot turn him into one of us. We cannot do this. We got to keep him pure and innocent.
Yeah, right. You're the ones that are going to cause Alan to become jaded about the music. He's going to be like, fuck
He's going to be like, I hate all these guys now. They're all dicks. They're all fucking... Why? Why did I make this choice?
God. That's so great. Oh...
But yeah, I mean, plug the new bands, man. 90s band, I would say, end of summer, we'll be ready. It's coming. It's coming quick, too.
Cool.
Both coming quick. I'm coming out. It's been a long time since I've been on a stage and been playing, but it's coming.
Shit, dude. For me, that's 7 years.
I ain't played a gig in 2 years, and that for me, that's a long time.
7 years. Yeah. Other than... Well, hold on. That's not exactly true. I've been to see a couple bands here and there, and I did sing with them, but that's not me, like my band.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've stood up and played. I jam with Nocturnal.
Well, that's how you and I reconnected again after Paradigum was when I was with Dionysus. You got up and played Sex Type Thing.
Yep.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Drunk as hell.
Yeah, and I just looked over and I saw you standing next to me playing guitar again, and I was like, God damn, I missed that dude.
You realize how, like, Amanda had to talk really hard to make that happen.
I know.
I was like, I'm not doing it.
I didn't want to do it. I was mad that you were even fucking there.
I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, I'm not standing on stage with that guy.
Right. And as soon as you got up there, I was so fucking happy. I was just like,
it was fine.
God damn, man.
And then you got up with us at the beer stew that night.
Yes, because Smiley was sick.
Yep.
Yeah, he couldn't, and I got up during Alice in Chains.
We did Alice in Chains, and then we did part of a Dig'em song. I did part of My Fellow Americans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I forgot about that, too. Yep. Fuck. Yeah, but for me now, it's pretty much like karaoke.
Karaoke. You'll do some.
Okay.
You'll do some '90s karaoke soon.
But
with no screen.
Right.
You ain't getting no screen. You better know the words.
Hold on. That made me think too. So the night that we opened for Saliva, I love this part of the story too. This is probably my favorite part of the story. But if you remember, as soon as we were done, 600 people left. Left. 600, a third of the fucking crowd was gone. And Zach comes up to me and he goes, "What the fuck happened to my crowd?" And I was like, "They got what they paid to see." And he goes, "You're telling me that like 600 people paid $25 to come see you guys and then leave?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, they got other shit to do. Like they wanted to come support us." And then I was like, "If you want it to get even crazier, because it was a Thursday night, I was like, here in like 2 hours,
We're going to be at O'Brien's.
Yeah, we're going to be at O'Brien's, and they're going to get to hear me do shitty karaoke for free." And he was like, "You're really going to go sing karaoke after this, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, your beers are $7.
Right.
There's fucking 3 at O'Brien's. We're going to O'Brien's.
Brian takes good care of us.
Yeah, we're going to unload our gear, and then we're going to go drink until the fucking wee hours.
We goddamn did, too.
Every Thursday damn night. Where are they at? O'Brien's.
Yep. O'Brien's. Doing karaoke.
They're doing karaoke, and Justin's in the corner drunk.
Is he laying down on the pool table?
Yes, he is.
Leave him alone.
Well, that was the thing. We could do whatever the fuck we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
You would walk into O'Brien's or wherever, and before you get to the bar, your drink order was waiting for you.
No shit. No shit. At that time, admittedly, I usually drank like Bud Light Lime or whatever, and there'd be 2 of them. Like, by the time we made it up the ramp.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
hey, Bulldog.
They would see us come in the door. My pitcher of beer would be waiting.
Yep.
Nowadays, it takes me hours to get a pitcher of beer.
Shit, I don't know anybody. The last time I went to that bar, probably 2 years ago, I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know anybody there. I was like, why the fuck? I didn't know the band that was playing. I was like, well, I guess I'm old now. My time has come and gone.
Welcome.
Oof.
Old age.
Yeah.
It is.
I stayed for maybe 20 minutes and I was like, yeah, this ain't my scene anymore. And then I did get the chance to tell somebody. I was like, just so you know, like, I don't know if you know this band or if you're friends with them. They're like, no, man, we just came here. I was like, well, just so you know, I helped set the record for the max capacity crowd that's ever been in this building. And thank you and good night. And that was my exit, dude. I walked the fuck off. And they were like, what?
Huh? What the fuck's his problem?
He couldn't have given a fuck less either, but I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to tell you right now about this.
Listen to me, motherfucker.
Right?
I don't give a fuck who they are. Here's what I was.
There's like 60 people in here right now. When I was here,
there was 400.
Shit, you couldn't move.
They had $4,000 in bar sales before 11:30.
That's no shit.
That's fact.
They fucking... Dude, Brian was so happy with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He was like, I need you here all the time.
Yeah. I think we got a bonus that night, too, if I remember correctly.
We didn't.
Well, we'll leave that again. We're
Goddamn fucking rent.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. that band room wasn't free.
No. No, it wasn't. Only band I've ever paid to be in and didn't make a goddamn dime doing anything in it.
I've been doing this for years. I made a dime for about 2 years. And I promise you.
Doing the addiction cure?
Yeah, I promise you it didn't put a dent into the goddamn amount I've spent over the years.
Yeah, no.
That's laughable. That's like motherfucker.
You saw my guitar rig.
Yeah.
I got thousands of dollars chilling right over there. I'm still trying to figure out how to play and sing at the same fucking time, dude.
You know, when I was in fucking Paradigum, I was running around with fucking 20 grand of shit at all times.
Yeah, dude.
At all times.
You still got that Red Bear amp or big?
Still got it. Yeah.
Red
Red
dude,
Bear. Yep.
I have looked for one of those.
They're getting even harder to find.
Yeah. Is that a Russian amp?
Yes. Well, no. It was made by Novik. It was originally made by Gibson. It's a Gibson amp.
Really? Dude, I've tried to find one. The only one I found
They
was on Reverb about around a year ago. One surfaced.
Yeah.
Guess how much?
Oh, probably at least $600-700 now. More? Really?
Dude, it was like $1,800.
Alan, give me my amp back.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
I bought mine off Greg Pierce. It's his. It's my second one I've had. This is my second one I've had.
Red Bear?
Yep.
Really?
I had another one. I sold it.
Is that the one you have now? Is that the one from Paradigum?
No, the one from Paradigum I sold.
Oh my god,
That
that
one.
maroon, that dark fucking.
No, the maroon was the dual rec. The red bear was white.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I recovered it. The one I got now, and that one had the 12AX7 pre-tube mod done in
Hey,
it.
yeah, you know how to do Tolex recovering, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Kind of. I mean, I don't know nothing about that. Look at you. No, I don't know nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know shit.
you gonna be my mad scientist on all my guitar shit.
I'm gonna pull my brother-in-law, man. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know shit. Yeah, I can do it. I'm giving you shit, but yeah. Second one's it's got the 6N2P tubes and all that bull. It's original. It's got the tubes are going out in it, and it hisses and shit. But I don't want to replace it. 'Cause it's all original. And apparently, if they're bringing down that kind of money, I definitely don't want to fuck with it.
That one did. I mean, it. That's the only one that I've seen.
Really,
dude. I've tried to get on eBay to find it because I loved your amp, and I was like, I want one like that. And so whenever I was looking for a tube amp, that's what I started hunting down. I couldn't find one. I still got my Raven speaker cabinet over here. I'm not getting rid of it. I had the Raven solid state amp, the RG100H or whatever. That kind of got destroyed. Just, but I wasn't real partial to it anyway. But I am eventually going to find a head that I'm actually looking at that Hughes and Kettner Tubemeister.
yes.
It's like 18 watt, but it's beastly.
Yes. Those things sound awesome.
Yeah, not a bad price.
Yeah.
It's like $460,
Yeah.
I think. It's,
yes. If you want to go crazy, the Triamp, but that's $1,000. But
well, no, this one because you're talking about the selector.
no, the Triamp's like a fucking 4-channel Hughes and Kettner top of the line.
Oh yeah. No. I'm talking about the little baby.
Two mice that they make an 18, I think, at 36.
Yeah, it goes 18, 12, 6, I think, or something like that.
They sound we played with a band in Nashville, and he used one of those as his main. And it sounded, it sounded good.
There's also the baby Bugera, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You know Bugera.
Yeah, I know Bugera. Yeah,
they've got their mini amp head tube, and that one's around $350, I think. And not a bad price. But I got other shit I got to get for the podcast. Fuck, I'm trying to beef this bitch up.
I've done convention. We've been talking guitar shit. I got you buying guitars.
Yeah, no.
You've been around me for 2 hours. Now, God damn it, he's got me buying guitars, and
I can't even play and sing yet.
he sold me on 3
I
more
need to
guitars.
upgrade.
I need 2 more Strats, a Les Paul.
I need to just win a fucking Powerball. That's what I need.
I was hoping I won it today, but I didn't.
Yesterday, yeah, I was hoping. I woke up this morning, checked my numbers, saw some fucking Wisconsin won it. Watch your ass, motherfucker.
I was like, can I burn this shit down today? Please tell me I can burn this shit down today.
$750 million after taxes. The cash option was $338 million. And I was like, do you know how retarded my life would become if I was handed $338 million? Everybody has the most boring responses. Like whenever they go claim their money, and they're like, when asked what they were going to do, we're going to pay off our house and take some vacations. And I would look these motherfuckers in the eye and immediately be like, I'm going to hire a camera crew to follow me around and all of my misfit friends, and y'all motherfuckers are going to see some shit.
You're going to see some dumb
cocaine.
It's like the Chappelle skit. I bought a truck full of Newports. I'm rich, bitch.
Yes, it would be retarded. Like the shit that I would do with 300. Everybody else that wins big money like that, they go broke in 10 years because they buy they buy all this expensive, stupid shit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I will hire a fucking private security firm to escort my ass into Syria so I can go to that goddamn castle from Assassin's Creed and dress my fat ass up like Altair and run around like a fat assassin until I fall off a wall and hurt myself and then get me the fuck out.
Mine would be spent on getting me out of jail for the dumb shit I
Exactly. I'm going to have to pay so many foreign fucking embassies money to let me go.
He walked into the Lowe's and just dumped a whole fucking rack over and then walked away. There was no point.
Oh, fucking Lowe's.
Oh, me and my brother-in-law go to Lowe's like once a week.
I thought Lowe's was bad until I worked for Home Depot.
Oh,
Oof.
I'm not hiding now. I ain't a Home Depot guy.
Oof. Oof.
Oof.
That was a mistake. Oh. Oh, it was bad. I know that I've just eliminated a potential sponsor in Home Depot, but I'm going to let you know right up front. If you had ever contacted me to advertise on my show, I'd be like, fuck you, Home Depot. I ain't advertising for you, never.
I'm going to give away the secret to advertising and all that bullshit. As long as you got the people listening and downloading and you got the followers, they don't give a fuck.
No.
They're about making money.
Exactly. Well, that's
just like, and it's that's simple math, even playing in bars and whatever else. If you got the draw and you can bring it in,
you can fuck the bar. You can fuck the bar owner's wife.
You can play wherever you want.
And you can fuck the bar owner's wife and still get invited back to play.
That's right. Back in the day, the two bands that fucking had the draw, on the cover side you had Gonzo's Toy Box.
Yep.
On that side you had us.
Yep.
And we both could do whatever we wanted.
Yep.
Both of us.
Like the owner of a bar saying, "We need you to tone down your language," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
one dude gets up on stage and goes, "He says fuck a lot." Well, he set the expectation. I have to live up to it now.
First time Paradigum ever played the Duck Inn, Brian still owned it. First show. We had a ton of friends and shit. Packed a motherfucker. We all drank. You know this. You know that motherfucker made a heat. And from then on, well, how do you guys want to get paid? We want the door. We get to pick the price. We want the door. We get it all.
Yep.
And you pay for sound. We never pay for fucking sound.
Yep.
Ever. But if you brought the people, you can negotiate and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember like Gonzo's, like you said, Gonzo's at one point weren't they getting paid like $2,500, $3,000 for a weekend?
I guarantee they were.
Fuck.
Guarantee they were.
Fuck. Look, how much do you think the Pygmies get paid per show?
I would say every bit of that, if not more.
Yeah, and they like Gonzo's was only weekends really.
Yep.
The Pygmies, that's
do.
their job, dude. Like that's
Yeah.
their job. Like the Pygmies have like the Velcro Pygmies run as a business. They have insurance. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they have insurance for their band members. They fucking like that's a job.
Yeah.
Like they're on
That's
the
their
road.
gig, yeah.
Yeah.
That's they get to tour and do the thing, and
Yeah.
play covers. It's just they ain't writer, you know. Yeah.
Because they got a sweet gimmick.
Yeah.
And it works.
Well, yeah, they're doing the 80s thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a home run. It's a fucking home run. I'm too fat to do the 80s. That's why I don't do it. Imagine me in spandex.
It'd be fucking fantastic. Oh my God. I would do it with you, dude. I totally would. I'd get one of them big fucking blonde spiky wigs, put that bitch on. I'd wear the lipstick. I'd wear the makeup. Have my fucking nipples hanging out of a spandex fucking singlet that's 2 sizes too small.
We gotta find like 2 other fat
Looking like a
dudes.
busted can of biscuits.
We need to find 2 other fat dudes that can play.
I would look like a giant penis in a broken
Oh,
condom. Yeah.
All right, 80s covered. We're doing it.
Oh my God.
I'm playing all the Poison's Flesh and Blood album. Oh my God.
Oh no, dude. You got to do the Crew.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of, have you watched The Dirt?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh my God, you need to do that tonight. Like, just put it on when you get home. Put
Yeah,
it
I wanna
on.
see it.
Sit down, chill out, whatever. It's amazing. I've watched it twice already. I'm probably gonna put it on again tonight. It's fucking great.
I got to. Yeah.
I was talking to one of the guys I work with about watching it, and I was like, I remember I was like 4 when Motley Crue hit.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard that shit, I was like, what? Because I was used to, like, you know, especially what my dad listened to, like Foreigner and Creedence and Chicago and the Moody Blues. And,
Yep.
you know, that, like, I was into that. I dug it. And then all of a sudden, I hear Motley Crue. And I was like, oh, man. And then fast forward a few years when I'm like 7 or 8, I'm at my step cousin's house. His name is Junior. We're in his bedroom, and he has a poster on his wall, and it's an Evil Eddie poster for Iron Maiden. And I was like, what is that? And he goes, oh man, check this. And keep in mind, I'm like 7 or 8. He's like 14 or 15, maybe 16.
Yep.
He's a little older than me. He's like, check this out. And he puts the tape in. I will never forget the first time I heard Iron Maiden's guitars fire up, and then I heard Bruce Dickinson's voice, and I was like, what is this? Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
And we're going to go back to Strats. Speaking of Strats, Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
Iron
buddy.
Maiden.
Yep.
Iron Maiden. You hated on me for the Strats.
Yep.
I'm going to let you have it now that you're playing one. I'll let you have it.
Oh yeah, man. And then after that, like, just very quickly things started coming into my peripheral. Like I'd already, like, from Motley Crue came Cinderella and
Yep.
Rat. I wasn't really into the Poison and Bon Jovi stuff. I liked it, but
I didn't get into Poison and Bon Jovi till way later. Like, for me, the
yeah,
80s
it's
band
the
for me,
nostalgia.
the 80s bands thing for me, like, the first one that I remember resonate was Guns N' Roses, man. Appetite for Destruction.
For me, who really stands out is Living Color.
Living Color, yeah.
That blew my mind.
Oh.
I'll never. When I first saw that video, I was like, "This is 4 black dudes."
Yep.
And they're jamming harder than any of the white dudes. Yep. What is happening? And I tell people all the time, I'm like, it is 2019. That shit came out in 87?
I think around there, yep. Ed Sign could tell us.
Yes.
Ed.
Oh, yeah, right. That song, dude, Cult of Personality could just now come out in 2019 and would have the same fucking effect.
Yeah.
It would be a huge smash. People would be like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it would have been 80. It had to be 86. You know what? I got to look this up.
You can Google that.
Yeah, I can.
Google.
I'm
Smartphones. Now we're... Yeah.
Living Color Vivid.
Vivid. I can call Ed Sign. We'll get Ed Sign on the line.
Right. Oh, it was 88. Okay. So, it was May 3rd of 88. So, in 2008, you remember they were releasing the remastered edition. But the master tapes had been destroyed or lost or something. And those motherfuckers went into the studio 20 fucking years later and played the entire album lick for lick, note for note, from start to finish. And Corey Glover sounded exactly the same. Yeah. You do realize that CD, the CD you can get now of Living Color Vivid, is not the original.
I didn't know that.
And it sounds exactly. It was all like, there are little nuances and little things I caught, and I'm like, wait, what? It doesn't sound the same. Wait, why is that different? Why is it? It's just a little minor variance. But I've listened to that album so many goddamn times that I know it. I know what it sounds like. And then I was like, wait, why does it sound different? When I went to look it up, the master tapes had been lost or destroyed. They had to re-record the whole goddamn thing, and I was like, that's more impressive than what they did originally 20 years ago. The fact that they could go in 20 years later and play it exactly how it was.
Well, those guys are all fucking monster players.
Oh, dude. Vernon Reid is from another planet.
Yeah, they're all fucking monster players.
Oh, my God. All right, man. So, okay, does the cover band have a name?
No. Well, no. I'm going to say no. There's lots of ideas out there, but that's what I'm going to wait on.
And then we've got your original band, Fart Barf.
Fart Barf.
That's happening, Alan. You need to make peace with it. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. I don't care. I don't care what the fucking name is.
Fart Barf.
If the first fucking show I come to see you, and whoever the singer is says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we are blah blah blah," I'll be like, "You're Fart Barf." I will wreck that shit
and
immediately.
Alan's going to shoot me the meanest look. And by mean, he's going to be smiling because he's the nicest guy ever.
Right, yeah. He's just going to be like, oh, God, I hate you guys.
Why did that guy go on there and do that? What the fuck is wrong with him?
Oh, man. Fart Barf rules. That's my favorite band.
Fart Barf.
I love it. It's making me, the more I think about the name, and the more I say it, the funnier it gets, because it makes me think of the scene from Jackass when I think isn't it Steve-O puts that mask on his head and Preston Lacey, the fat dude, farts into the fucking tube. Fart barf.
Fart barf.
I wonder if that's where Bolin got that from.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
If any of my listeners have stuck through to this end part of the show, they're getting the real goods here. This is
we have went back in time. Now we're back to normal.
oh fuck. Well, man, I appreciate you coming in. This was a blast.
Dude, I was happy you invited me, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy this is doing well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know where these numbers are coming from, but I'm thankful for it.
Keep them up, man. Just hopefully the product keeps getting better and better and better. Like I said, you're upgrading.
I just last night I wrote, did a professional advertising proposal, and I've sent it out to a couple places and waiting to hear back and see what sticks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because now with the amount of listeners that I have, I'm in monetary land.
There you go.
So
Get paid.
My ultimate goal is to turn this into my job, where I get to do this every day.
I'll be your in-house mixer producer guy when you get to that point. And extra comic relief every now and then.
There you go. I'll just put you over in the corner like Fred on Howard
Yeah, and
Stern.
I'll just yell random stuff at random times.
All right, Butta, Justin Burden.
Justin Burden. A lot of people don't know my real name.
I
You
know.
just gave it away.
Yeah, I gave it away at the beginning of the show too. That nigga Butta.
You'd be surprised at that. A lot of you, Butta.
Well, that's like me.
Bulldog. No,
didn't.
same thing.
People didn't know my name until Facebook forced me to change it. Man, fucking bullshit. And now I'm at I'm not a celebrity, but I'm a personality. Like I have a following. And I messaged Facebook. I contacted. I was like, look, you have to understand, you're affecting my brand and my show because people don't know to look for my real name. And do you know how many friends I lost from that name change? Because they didn't know who the fuck was on their timeline. They're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Yeah. And they were gone. And I was like,
fight the system, man.
yeah, fucking Zuckerberg. That motherfucker.
We'll go to his house. We'll get it.
I will too, boy. I'll show up. I'll be like, hey, listen here, you little half ginger fuck. Have you ever contemplated spending the rest of your life with a colostomy bag? Because if you don't switch my goddamn name back to Bulldog Malenko right now, that's in your future. You're going to literally have a bag attached to you that catches your shit. I'm just kidding, Zuck. Don't put me in Facebook jail or anything.
Oh, you're
You
going
hear
to
this bullshit.
60 days.
Right? What he doesn't know is how many backups I got. I got alts, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm
And
smarter than you, Zuckerberg.
Right? I can navigate this shit. Your system's too big for you. You can't control everything. Your algorithms suck. All right. This is the Bulldog Unchained podcast, the one-on-one sessions. I'm your host, the King of Villain, Bulldog Malenko. Thank you, Butta, for coming in.
Thank you for having me, sir.
I definitely need to get you in with my guys on the main show.
I was talking to Tucker about a Saturday, so anytime you want me to, we'll work it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I will be back tomorrow, actually, with the first renewal of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. So, till then, take care.